Manga Bodicum World Riddle Cans Player Chapter Solo but Player Produce Riddle. 2 days later large site the southwest of the capital. Site to build massive workshop to recruit moiled Azaskans comes since Heroes Workshop is not far it will be easy to calibrate. There's another card to play for recruiting mild Tartar Magic Stone. Thanks to Axis efforts official exchange with the Dark Elves of Tartar Island has become possible. Relocato as results Kingdom is the only one on the continent able to import Tartar Magic Stones. Tartar Magic Stones which are purer than ordinary magic stones would be the best material for blacksmiths like Moyle to mainly work with artifacts. Now we just need Ski to arrive and we depart right away. Your Majesty, I'm here Ledekin. Hello Majesty, you're... His Majesty with strangely scary face. Yeah, human. What suddenly happened? This bracelet currently possessing the artifact Bracelet of Silence. It's artifact that originated from the Dark Cult. For yeah you will. Expected artifact aimed mental domination. Bracelet of Silence classification grade, stars option I reacts to the wearer's negative emotions gradually taking over their mind option subtly and slowly increases affection and trust toward the artifact's original owner option once complete domination is achieved the wearer becomes puppet who faithfully follows the commands the wearer completely unaware of this. It works on principle similar to the Crimson Light necklace that Clue once gave to Stalin. Still its relief circles come. Thanks to everything going smoothly recently there have been many negative emotions the artifact didn't fully activate Your Majesty I'm truly sorry it was carelessness. Don't blame yourself too much you can do remember who gave this bracelet. It was a merchant leader named Woman. She said it was token of trust and gave me bracelet identical to the one she was wearing scam she wore the same bracelet so she's the original owner. Akindu happened to know where she is yes I visited her merchant building before her merchant group is based the Lens Empire. Was just about to go meet Moiled, but now we've got detour heliport. Let's need to find out who the Dark Cult tried to lay hands on you. Of Reskin's Gabai. Lens Empire. It's late, but there's no one here something feels off Your Majesty agree the building itself seems to be the right one. Wine Reskins. Wait step back gasps. I've bad feeling about this course should release a bit of divine power cook. Accusing. So wait. These bastards. There's something on the floor. Akinya. Your Majesty this just thought. Massive Magic Circle 2 was this building the core structure of the large-scale Magic Circle Kokomo. This level it has to be the work of someone the top 3 of the cult not just figurehead Raskins like great but someone who has truly mastered everything about the Dark Cult. Third eyes the Dark Cult often used massive magic circles like this as traps. They would lure targets into the center of the circle then activate it all once to kill everyone inside. Large-scale magic circles are hard to recognize glance and without sufficient understanding one only fall victim helplessly. With scale like this it's definitely the work of high-ranking member Reskans the Mako cult is too far away it's likely the Umbra cult. If they're the skilled they've surely set countermeasures against intruders that explain the strange feeling when we first arrived. Akin once we finish this I'll make artifact that detects dark energy these guys are entrepreneurial yes Your Majesty. I'll coordinate with Allah to assign knights from the aggression order from now on move together with them resist guns him he'll do best not to become burden to Your Majesty. Alex. I've no idea who it could be. Third Eye's clue was known name, but the rest were shrouded mystery since the story was so massive the revs revealed hints about the other characters little. I died from overwork before getting there. But would it be someone bold enough to stand way like this whoever they are will never forgive them. I'm pissed Mexicans. Immocan's render site visiting website helps us continue providing high quality content and supports our hardworking staff Reskin's Discord HKisber stay updated with the latest news and releases join our Discord server her the buoy top notch scallions Hitman have access fire keeps Timothy platforms fatimid critic nazi to it. Seal. A chapter on and thunder skins come. It really feels like the street of workshops. Why, thanks to that we had bit of trouble tracking down Mouse's location. Ashing of the Along Kingdom is the most complicated workshop city on the continent. When think of a place with many skilled blacksmiths, think of Ashing. That's not only people from the Long Kingdom, but also foreigners visit Law. Now what troubles are having come to Master Adam's workshop ranked I repeat customers for years. Reputation speaks for itself. Artifact. Uplar to the blacksmith who the same front and back has a Keiko workshop. So Malcolm and Keiko are the top two workshops here. Yes, heard that of the workshops here are subcontractors for requests that come to make up and Keiko. That's practically monopoly. Money make money and customers bring more customers. If properly established monopoly system, it won't be easy for latecomers to enter. Because of that, the steadfast Mouse's workshop rarely saw the light of day. Only after the Holy War, when countless blacksmiths were sacrificed, did people belatedly recognize his true worth. The end noise was lacking just one thing. You can read the chapter on in Thunder Scans. Come reputation. Moises don't have any services. Keiko workshop, if buy 3 swords they give 1 for free. Doing such thing would tarnish the blacksmith's name. There will be absolutely no services workshop the future, either so beg somewhere else. What's wrong again? Shouldn't take jokes so seriously. Aren't the one who keeps nitpicking about the price being expensive and me being stingy. What is this? The seller acting more like the master than the buyer. I'm too disgusted. Come back. There's limit to how many times customer will put. That sounds like welcome news to me. Farewell, let's not see each other again. Many arguments were commonplace. Mori's workshop. It's exactly the game as the noise remember from game days. He's really stubborn person. Are the thoughts of master craftsman different after all year? He's where it doesn't compromise with reality lies his own world. To put it nicely, he's person with thoroughcraft spirit. To put it badly, no. Just unlucky person. That's it. That's right. Left right. Cared the chapter on in Thunder Scans. Come. Voice his craftsman with very strong pride. His own kills, makeup and Keiko are also targets of his contempt to standards. He doesn't like anyone touching his work, and he rejects any advice or requests no matter what they are. If trust noise and entrust him with request, must not voice any objections. Decide the noise user manuals. Aiken what house stands still. Think endure for about hours, but Master Moises, I'd like to have word with you. I'm busy now. Come later. Cared the chapter on in Thundeskins. Come. Then when should come? Don't know either. If I'm not busy, when come again we'll talk. If not, you'll have made wasted trip. Then may wait until finish your work. Well, that's the customer's freedom, but know that I'll treat as if you're not there. If it's alright with you, I'd like to watch Master Moises' process from the side. Well, it's not like there are any industry secrets. Do as please. And read the chapter on in Thunder Scans. Light. Here the chapter on in Thunder Scans. 3rd day. As he completely lost his mind and crazy to keep staring for 3 days without eating or sleeping. Was planning to tease him bit and make him go back with the world. Is he monster? Are so interested me. I'm just a named blacksmith common as dirt on the street of workshops. Came because really want to take Master Noise with me. Take me camera the chapter on and Thunder Scans cut. There's something always say to people who flatter me, saying they'll serve me. Do know what it is? Please tell me. Finally it's out. Noise exclusive rejection line. If you want to take me, you'll need supercharged workshop built with the least 1 million gold. If it's that, gladly follow you. Hey. What if it already exists? What took in the chapter on in Thunder Scans read. Don't come and see for yourself. I endured for 3 days with artifacts waiting for this moment. It's time to bear fruit. Are the mood to talk now? Warming from found in Handui, and they are decreasing over time. Even though the same chapters are pirated, receive thousands of dozen chapters are published each month and receive a lot of attention. These pirated causing significant losses. The team including reduced income, the workers and the overall please the chapters dare keep the rushing danger and to continue providing chapters from team stay healthy and well. So, it doesn't seem like magic was involved. Could all this gold be? This money, I've been saving it to pursue dreams with Master Moises. I'm serious, Master Moises. Your strength is absolutely necessary. Pursue dreams. Who are to tell me such story? Don't seem like typical mage, but do need blacksmith. There's no need to drag the story out any longer. Give shown purpose. Now it's time to reveal the plot. You can read that chapter on in Thundercan Scum. Would take look this up this. Isn't this the royal seal with the emblem of the Trivia Kingdom and its glowing gold? The royal seal of the Trivia Kingdom only shine for its owner are from Trivia. Allow me to formally introduce myself, Jared, the king of the Trivia Kingdom. Well, now don't know the king of nation would be interested, humble blacksmith. All's closed. It seems this will be longer story than thought. I'm tired, Kenny at chapter on in Thunderscan's mouth. But if His Majesty is working so hard, can't just comfortably sleep. Should least do little more of the pending work this hours. If this is joke, please stop now, heart sorrow. How really what the world really can't believe it. Can read chapter on in Thunderscan's come. Upland workshop setup, even material procurement, and this is Tetar magic crystal. It's difficult item to obtain unless risk your life to steal. All preparations are complete. There's only one thing missing person. That person is Master Moises. You've been consistently polite to me and even prepared all the space for me. I'm so bewildered it feels like dream. If research is needed, we'll provide support, and if rare materials are needed, we'll personally obtain them for you. If there are artifacts you're curious about the composition of, we'll somehow acquire them. However, there is one condition. Master Mouse's abilities be used solely for Trivia Kingdom. That is the condition. Alright, let's travel. What would happen to the Long Kingdom if not? Their makeup and Keiko will take care of things just fine, so there's no need to flux. Your Majesty, there's one thing absolutely must do before leaving. I'd like to say goodbye to Master before we depart. Master, I can read the chapter on in Thunderscan Scum. Most now can read the chapter on in Thunderscan Scum. Your Majesty must be tired so alone. Master is quite fickle person. It's alright, Master Mouse's master said. I'm intrigued. Having heard that name, can't just let it pass. Lack Dragon Castro, to think Mouse's master would be Castro. Wondered voice had much infinite potential at blacksmith, unlike other to have dragon matter. It all makes sense now. I've Jensky back to the lodging for now since the opponent is dragon. Never know what might happen. However, if encounter Castro, immediately obtain title. That's plus acquire title. One who felt the dragon's breath through conversation with dragon. The dragon's two faces, beginning of fate to think, be working on dragon related titles here on. Acquire title drawn flavor. That story for later. Anyway, since it's special case for player to meet non-human existence, lattice case related titles could be obtained based on the first encounter held. Was greatly surprised first hearing the name Castro. But maybe it's can read that chapter on in Thunderscan for the best. The book of Gotham that obtained with haste from the Rift Valley come time ago could ask for interpretation of the demonic language written it. Of course, there's no guarantee that Castro will translate the demonic language. However, since dragons are curious race nature, there might be possibility if asked. We're almost there. That house is where Master lies. He detests being around people, so he built his house such place. Can he at chapter on in Thunderscan Scum. What is it? Sudden gust of wind. This is. There's one with scent of demon blood that shouldn't be carelessly buried human. Can read that chapter on in Thunderscan Scum take. You can read that chapter on in Thunderscan Scum. Leona. Master. This person is the king of the Trivia Kingdom. Idea. The king of the Trivia Kingdom. We noise did bring such fellow care to chapter on in Thunderskins come. Limorphic. What business does the king of Trivia have here? You can read the chapter on in Thunderscans come. Master have now decided to join forces with His Majesty. The king came to pay respects to before departing. It is honored to meet the noble dragon Jared, the king of the Trivia Kingdom. No introduction is needed. King will wait here, will not speak with uninvited guests until conversation with disciple is finished. Yes, understand. Even when focus mana ears can't hear anything, soundproofing more powerful than mute magic. Is it some kind of barrier? For now, do have any choice but to wait patiently. How covet to have achieved me felt the breath mana increased title have achieved beginning connected mana increased just facing dragon got 2 titles and mana increased as expected of generous wagon. And to think there was behind-the-scenes story related to Moises. If users knew they can read the chapter on and Thunderscanscum were related, they would have searched with burning eyes. Come to think of it, there were often who had hidden stories like this way that their true value would be revealed later. Large-scale patches at. That means Noise might be more talented subordinate than thought. Mouse is special inclinations that scanned on the way here. Special inclination artifact, micro crafting artifact, folded crafting artifact, creation, rapid weapon crafting, rapid armor crafting, metal research, hypersensitivity. Except for the hypersensitivity, the end, he's truly hidden gem. To think of it, we have Cell Workshop, right? Hope Noise and Cell work well together. Your Majesty. Master is looking for you, please. Your Majesty, Moise is you. She says that ordinary humans shouldn't interfere. This conversation will wait outside the barrier hell. And have no acquaintance. Let's skip the unnecessary greetings. To get right to the point, how did kill demon? The conversation starts intensely. Is this the dragon's way of talking? Anti. Cannot be viewed, exists outside the system domain. Being transcendent, enlightenment, mind's eye doesn't work as expected of rare dragon species. Is this it? Should probably avoid talking about the Great Rift for now. Once accidentally entered dimensional gate, unknown origin, and there were demons based there. Demons based forward, based, yes, care the chapter on and Thunderscanscum. There was one demon and the creatures it controlled. If it had been the main world of demons, it wouldn't have ended with just one. Are more peculiar human than thought. Even while talking about the demon world are unusually calm, unlike humans. For humans these days, the demon world, the demon king and demons are probably old stories that only exist legends. How it has become reality. After killing demon, the demonic energy that the demon possessed is transferred to the person who killed it. Of course it doesn't cause any side effects, it's just kind of mark saying that this guy killed me. If another demon sees the future, they will see the demon's mark imprinted like brand. This is the first time I'm hearing this. Had no idea if it were rebuffed it would be displayed the status window. It's not rebuff type effect either. How did know such information? Let's postpone answering that question for a moment here. Before that, there's something want to ask directly. Want to observe closely. Can read chapter on in Thunderscanscum. Volume 1, peculiar, clearly evolved than thought. Stay stir, it's hard to focus on the scanning magic if you're moving around. Terraweight does. Amazing if ordinary human mage has power of have truly fascinating. Excuse that aside, you're too close. What are embarrassed about? Fake it's natural contact for scanning with man, it isn't it? Anyway, Jared could show me your power directly. You can read the chapter on in Thunderscanscum. Then we'll begin to show Transcendence Force Missile. What is this? Here's one more. Wow. A couple Transcendence Mags Missile. This is magic that even in a dragon I've never seen before. Shared where and how did obtain that power? Just now. You can read the chapter on in Thunderscanscum. It's just powered accidentally obtained dungeon. For something obtained, chance handle it remarkably well, just like master who has trained for time. Are hiding many things from me, Jared. I've only decided to as much as opens your heart to me. 1,000 years ago. There was great war between demons and dragons. That time there was hero who shone brilliantly alone, emitting his own unique alias. Just like look now, Jared. So, 1,000 years act the holy demonic war not. It's surprising that there was dragon-demon war. From the start mentions of dragons were scattered and brief race that enjoyed its heyday at 1,000 years act, but now declining race with only few dozen left. That was all the mention of dragons. There were no clues about the dragon-demon war all. It was war initially thought would be easy victory, but the Volcanic at the chapter on situation after in Thunderscanscum the start was evenly matched. Neither the dragons nor the demon army could guarantee victory. The corpses of the two races piled like mountains. That time human hero suddenly appeared and stabbed the heart of the demon king. Burrow, truly unexpected place. Humans say. Yes, it was the moment he tore apart the demon king's heart, which had remained Thunderscanscum firm even under the breath of countless dragons. That moment all the dragons spoke with one voice. They said that human felt like he possessed the aura of hero that even dragons couldn't approach. As if countless gods were with him. So even back then the gods' protection existed. However, the end of this story once so bright, the demon king thrashed until his last breath and ultimately died, leaving curse on all dragons. Forsake, it's literally called Burgos's curse. If we ever have to fight demons, the future race will not be able to lend its strength. That's because it's curse that makes us pay the exact same price as the damage we inflict on demons. Is there such absurd curse? Surprisingly, there's to dare put shackles on necks that Demon King deserves to be chewed and spat out. The Age of Dragons is gradually drawing to close. There are quite few dragons nearing death too. That's regrettable. Can't the chapter on In Thunder Scans come? Well, that's enough of that story. Going back to the original topic, that's how we thought we ended the Great War. We thought the gods had created absolute good that could counter absolute evil. Like that hero Kenny at the charter on In Thunder Scans. That's right, the human realm is now heading towards another decisive battle with the Demon King. If that's the case, common thought was that hero the gods arrangement would appear this point. And today we happen to meet extraordinary individual. Of course this is personal opinion, it doesn't represent the thoughts of all dragons, nor does it mean will you. Of course acknowledge that possess remarkable talents, but it would still be too far to call yourself hero with just that level of ability. However, everything special has reason. Even if your current abilities don't yet match those of hero, your remarkable power clearly holds enough potential to determine heroic qualities. If the call of the gods and destiny reaches, run forward without hesitation. Yes, Castro will keep that in mind. Astro, there's one thing would like to ask of you, since allowed to see remarkable magic should also repay you. Tell me. This is book brought from the demon stress-based could interpret the contents written this book. Seek any head charter on In Thunder Scans scum. Dragon who's a valley trusted if interpret this and tell directly, distortion will inevitably occur the process. That case, Oda, please step back for a moment. This method should work. You can cut the chapter on In Thunder Scans scum. Now we'll be able to that book yourself. It is to recognize it as if I've known it all. If the evil of the human realm increasingly accelerates, the manifestation of Legion will accelerate. Effective method to confuse the human realm is war and fan, and furthermore using the Dark Order that sympathizes with will transmit knowledge and secret order and devise way to constantly send the demons of the demon world into the human realm. Pat by Jubi Judah just Jorhurler Nasas Bibrud Axis Party Bixef Gistra Botral Farajol Nickel Lupa Far Loiger Fabeo Tripa Pichol Jut Sidasipayo. That Grant has already made the content of the last paragraph reality. I've already directly experienced most of the mentioned content, discovered traces of the evil cause Rashul and Heresy, and shattered their scheme confronting the outbreak created Egnat gang. Also saw the Umbra Order's plan to secretly spread epidemic, the worst flood giants. To think all of this walked the Demon King's preliminary work before the Holy Demonic War. Evil God, Demon King, Demon's Dark Order. This book clearly proves the link between them. It's probably something like the basic doctrine of the demons, the rest is research. It seems they haven't abandoned their ambitions from 1,000 years ago. Large part of it is because the war didn't end cleanly. It's also significant that all the dragons were cursed Burgos, allowing them to plan for the future. Isn't there some way to prevent the Demon King's descent or weaken his power? Problems that cannot be solved relying solely on the knowledge of are now emerging. Expected, but the chance came faster than thought. Paradise. The Holy Demonic War, the long peace warfare between the Holy Alliance forces and the Demon King's army, is the main stage and main theme. Thanks to that, clear clues about the victory or defeat were never provided. The end. The way to stop the Demon King. Can the chapter on In Thunder Scans. The underground of the Magic Kingdom. Look. It's matter of wiping out the Dark Order lurking there, both of them. Is there anything more specific? No. Yes, for example, the source of their power is the altar located right there underground. Altars say that's right. It seems all the altars of the Dark Order are placed underground. Well, that's obvious. They're not complete fools either, and that altar is also located beneath the Imperial Castle of the Magic Kingdom. To understand what this means, it's the most difficult and challenging place to attack, and its location can read the chapter on In Thunder Scans come where secrets be thoroughly controlled. That's right, that's no matter how much we did eradicate them, they keep crawling out, and because they just fill the places of the dead with new sacrifices. The Dark Order and the Magic Kingdom was that the truth about the source of their inexhaustible power. I'll need to be a bit more careful. warming from Thunderman and they are decreasing over time even though the same chapters pirated receive thousands of dozen chapters are published each month and receive lot attention these pirated causing significant losses the team including reduced income for the workers and aside overall pleased the chapters older side to keep the running down get and to continue providing chapters from our team stay healthy and well. Dragon does not step forward it waits for the time. You who know the whole story of the past would understand right you can read the chapter on Thunderscans come. Understand what mean curse understand the dragons didn't intervene the holy demonic war when played the game cursed. You're just hear something very impudent when you can read the chapter on Thunderscans come. No ways didn't even open mouth do dragons also use mind reading It's iron rule not to bestow favors easily but cannot deny the anticipation feel when looking you. Eden Compendium of Magical Mechanics wrote this book. Title achieved true conversation with Oracle magic power increased title achieved the faces dragon magic power increased what lie. What's the suck? Congratulations you have successfully met the minimum requirements enlightenment and trial enter the class. What the heck suddenly? Thanks so much Castrol. It just spoke safe suddenly like this. Takes you can read the chapter on her wait in Thunderscans minutes. Special quest break the impossible has been activated to become class mage completing all the quests special quest break the impossible first reward achieving class ape suddenly coming down again now. Continuously the compendium magical mechanics received from Castro until reach enlightenment will come you suddenly without son word you're going to start like this from the beginning what nonsense. Castro thank you this is exactly what needed I'm glad to hear that its book that analyzes human magic from perspective might feel sense of incongruity with the content, but aim to pinpoint the course studied it relentlessly. Now leave Moises chared. Now that disciple has properly seen the light of the world shall also depart for new abode you're not staying here. You've just become little interested basically do not trust humans when the time comes we'll seek out you Moises do not bother searching for me. Then see later you can read the chapter on Thunderscans come. It's amazing that the teacher is interested you he usually doesn't care about outsiders God was secretly worried about getting on his bad side. Thankfully that didn't happen and rather it was meeting with more canes above all also got clue towards the class. The Magic Kingdom and the Order and the Underground Altar there are still many problems to overcome it feels like the real start from now on. Trivia Kingdom. Thunderscans come. This entire site is space just for me still won't believe it you're surprised this there will be more surprising things the future. Your Majesty if it's not pure may take look around the workshop of course the workers will arrive soon. Thank you Your Majesty the reaction is hotter than fuck glad lighted eggs. Your Majesty ho what's taken? Let him wake up. This is serious. She has high fever and her stamina has weakened lot having curse and this level of condition is practically the same as having it on her body Leo. It acts as overexertion finally explode all once usually didn't think much of it because she never showed it cook. It quick heal before bringing her but makes heal focuses on external wound recovery so it seems it won't very effective if high density holy power healing spell is used her body temperature might rise we need to quickly take off all her clothes please help me Your Majesty. What Laminate they had to do in Thunderscans come. Oops, haste doesn't know that Ski is woman if you call me take off excess clothes it will become irreversible situation in social sense. Hey suppy can't help what on X talking bow. You much tell in social sense this I no time for jokes Your Majesty. Deceased grandmother crossed the river and not Skate is looking river she must not cross here. Really you're suddenly saying things that don't make sense that's it he'll do it myself Note this I Amelia. If you can read the chapter O in Thunderscans come. Yes ma'am. Hayes won't give me little time to explain sit down there it's been well since give it to Nazy. Silly child. So Ski has been doing hard work all this time even hiding her gender and only Your Majesty knew about it should have told sooner sorry Hayes. Ski is one thing but almost misunderstood Your Majesty please tell me beforehand next time something like this happens alright we'll definitely do that me. Ace how is Axe's condition will she be okay if it looks like exhaustion how did she push herself for someone to end like this? Need to monitor case condition and adjust the intensity of the healing spell. It's a difficult thing to say, but there's nothing your majesty do here. Not that Sikikini the chapter alrighty Thunderscanska. Only power is enough to heal her. Please don't worry too much. Okay, please take care of her, Haze. I'll leave with communication stone, so contact me immediately when Ski wakes. Yes, your majesty. You can aid the chapter on in Thunderscanska. Dragon titled entering class, all excited yourself. Without even noticing the condition of your retainer right next to you, everyone around calls your majesty. Did get the wrong idea. Your majesty, foot stupid fool. This is list of artifacts like moans to make for me. For these there are necessary materials. All materials that be sufficiently obtained with just money. Land the wing bone of the fallen angel Gazelle is absolutely necessary. Fallen angel Gazelle. Familiar name often encountered during the era. The notoriously difficult was Great Labyrinth special bogs monster that only appears. You can read the capture and Thunderscans come on the floor. Normally wouldn't ask for materials like this, but certainly most customers would have just dismissed it, right? That's right, usually people are terrified when mentioned the was Great Labyrinth. The was Great Labyrinth boasts the most notorious difficulty among the dungeons on the continent. Even reaching the camera they capture floor is difficult for in Thunderscanska. Most the floor are obvious. Have map of Crisis Island and no such easy strategies. Getting to the floor shouldn't be problem. Your majesty, for your reference, the difference with or without the wing bone is more significant than you might think. Nearly tenfold difference. Success rate and quality absolutely have to. We're processing them in corpses, creating magic detection artifacts, anything your majesty desires. Please leave it to the Moises. So all need to do is prepare the materials. The most important thing is Gazelle's wing bone. Yes, if we had the wing bone, some of it be made. Some of it. Does that mean there are additional materials needed? That's right, the crafting materials I'll mention next. Your majesty might find them difficult to obtain, but they only be obtained going further down into the labyrinths underground. Of those Great Labyrinth materials that need to be obtained from the underground, even below the floor. Well, he certainly told me the easiest material to get first. You can read the chapter on in Thunderscanska. She also have map and strategy guide to the floor of the Great Labyrinth and was planning on attacking the was Great Labyrinth anyway. Option symbol teacher upgrade that ring star ring using the heart the fallen angel Gazelle. The option number attached to the of absolute weakening if just of Gazelle's heart upgrade the ring cat. Moreover, the royal seal of veneration via is on the underground floor at the core of the founding, the source of legitimacy, the artifact that is the basis for the golden title. If I might even meet the named Asher can read the chapter on in Thunderscanska, there are more than enough reasons to. However, going solo will be tough. It's strategy that definitely requires at least 2 people, and the most required stay for the assistant this raid is mobility. Opinion who excels agility. Isn't it pretty decided, Krikal? Expedition partner, this time is Clue. The next day is alright. Yes, your majesty, truly sorry for causing concern. Come to think of it, where's Hazu? She took care of me all night with great care. Thanks to her was able to recover quickly. A king can read chapter on. Yes, you're in Thunderscanska, majesty. As the king not even grasping the condition of subjects, it is false. Sorry, not your majesty, this is merely because I overdid it. From now on we'll be away. Forget about the merchant guild's affairs for a while and rest until return. Your majesty, but this is not request but royal order. Even so, please focus on your recovery. Isn't it more of loss if overdo it and collapse again? Please heed his majesty's words. Ah yes, understand, thank you, Chloe. So there's one place we need to stop before we leave. Where is it? You can read the chapter on. You'll find in Thunderscanska. Now if come with me. As strings grown this much already. Yes, your majesty, the initial growth rate is quite rapid. It seems it will grow well enough barren environments without separate improvement. Are there any negative factors like excessively consuming mental power? Not yet. It seems it be adequately supplemented with fertilizer, your majesty. Will the chapter on Thunderscanska. It's plant give never seen before, right? It's rare species that's hard to see on the continent. Lord Brent, yes, your majesty, what do your commands? Increase the manpower for the strings adaptation experiment. Not the royal capital, but the northernmost part of Kingdom Elbet Arabia territory Muklukski Kingdom of Arabia LUFC. We should also cultivate it the old Trivia territory. As for that part, the divine being has already visited it all since we planted them only the worst environments. All that's left is to observe the progress. As expected of Lord Brent, and leave it to you. I'm relieved that it's proceeding smoothly. Leave it to me, shall do utmost trust you, Lord Brent kid. Lord Brent, even touch you're over 70. The indicators of your physical health are actually better than Kai's. This rate there won't be any unfortunate incidents like suddenly collapse. Things are progressing smoothly here. Rest easy. Shall we slowly head towards the Wisgrade Labyrinth? This shit's been long time waiting for ship here too. You can read the chapter and thunder scans come. Didn't know there was place where your majesty can teleport. This strait is place where mana interference is maximized, so teleportation is impossible, no exception. Mana interference phenomenon, yes, if carelessly do something like teleport here, Tucken chapter on and thunder scans come. It ends like that, you. Yeah, no way. Wonder if only teleportation is dangerous, wouldn't magic be okay, should it? Think it would be better to just take the ship quietly, your majesty. 1. No matter where you look, it's endless horizon. Crisis Island is farther than it looked on the map. Even though it's been quite a while since we set off, all we see is the seal. You can read the chapter on and thunder scan. See. Well, back when it was game always just skip through with loading screens. This kind of experience is new to me too. It's been a while since I've been on the open sea sailing like this. It makes me feel ancient, your majesty. You're speaking as if you're already old man. The way clue how is Lord formed. He hasn't been leaving the villa all lately. That old is perfectly fine. He's been exercising regularly and diligently. Really, that's not what heard from the maids. They said Lord formed refuses to take tonics and told them not to bring any. That's all nonsense. Say how you would be foolish, you that disciples. If leave them behind, he places them the most visible spot and takes them every 7 hours, that precise. And he channels his overflowing runaway energy into me. That's clue has seemed worn out lately. Is it too much for you? Not all. It's the tuck in the chapter on and Thundaskin's training wanted, and I'm truly satisfied. Master never stops praising your majesty, though he must still remember that sparring match. Ah, it was good duel. You can read the chapter on and thunder scans. There were some thrilling moments, and truly felt the power of assassin who has reached the pinnacle. Your majesty's unique magic is on transcendent level that others can't reach. He said he definitely wants to face again to see who is superior. Ah, that wouldn't be bad, but let's not make it wager this time. Please visit the villa sometimes. Master would be delighted. Yes, Shadok, while there have meal with Lord Formed. I'll be waiting. So. I see the island. We've finally arrived. I see Crisis Outer Harbor. Prepare to dock. Trusting Island Outer Harbor. Coach, you can read the chapter on but in thunder scans. Was Great Labyrinth main road seen a person? The scale is enormous. Crisis Island is region managed hunters, not nation, to put it nicely. It's free zone. Conversely, it's practically lawless area. The main road is guarded hired mercenaries, making it relatively gave and popular. But I have no intention of using the main road. After all, the Labyrinth has more than one entrance. There are about known entrances leading to the first underground floor. Among them 5 are safe entrances, directly managed hunters the rest. Will it be okay, your majesty? I've heard that entering the Wisgrade Labyrinth through verified colored dimensional gates is the safest. Crisis Island map correlation between labyrinth floors, dates, dimensional gate color, and labyrinth types. Don't worry, Kluta can read chapter 1 having thunder scans methods. Just moment, your majesty. Believe your majesty's words unconditionally, however. Yes, understand. At feeling things were going too smoothly, right? Tucken read the chapter on and thunder scans indeed. You've heard there are many unsavory characters here to be ambushed the moment we leave the main road. Oh how elf woman, you're quite capable, aren't you? Traveling with elf. Look that dark face, she inches beautiful. Ah, could have such wife. Judging your appearance, you're quite skilled. Miles, guess this isn't the first or second time you've done something like this. They're each wearing decent artifact, aren't you? I'm not joking, they must have had quite some until now. Slow handle this. You can read that chapter on and thunder scans come. Of course, your majesty. Alright, from now on it's showtime. Gladly. You can read the chapter on and thunder scans. They'll return your sword. Once you can read that chapter on Thunderscans. Run away up. S. Run. Slow already, yes. Now's the time. You can read the chapter on and Thunderscans come. Hurry, clue, okay. Over there, jump into that well. Ah, what are they, those guys or not? That's the mouth of oblivion. If there you'll die. Yeah. What on earth is this? Are they trying to die together? 3 hours ago. Listen carefully, clue. Goal is to conquer 4 of the great labyrinths. Debts that stick fact. In months not. We'll finish week, maybe even less. Conquer 4 of was great labyrinth under week. Is that really possible? Have foolproof plan the chapter on and Thunderscans come. The method is. If you want to die, do it somewhere else than make viewers feel heavy. Come all the way here to throw your life away. Vain, really. What up? Honestly don't understand the reasoning. Logically we have to clear 4 to reach 4. But what exactly is he? A jumping straight here upon entering the labyrinth is the brilliant playing care the chapter on and Thunderscans come. Wrath the labyrinth for second, immunal poison, physical and magical damage the great labyrinth. The party buff get when first entering labyrinth. Breath of the labyrinth usually intended as 1-minute break to get sense of the labyrinth's atmosphere. But to me it's the precious buff that enables skipping directly to floor 1. The central death pit of the labyrinth, the mouth of oblivion. Its real nature is palace of underground levels appearing every 10th floor. Of course jumping recklessly lead to game over via powerful gusts. Using the early buff is the core of this trick, but no matter how fast the buff expires for level. Rowdy's this trick only viable for those first 10 floors. Okay, we're near the both floor. Prepare to foo. That was closed. Is this really floor underground? The chapter on and Thunderscans come. Of course, look, that style planted straight ahead light. See the one with the number carved right front? That must be the landmark of the creator god. Sit. Landmark of the creator god. Yes, hunters heading into the labyrinth told me about it. Inside the labyrinth there are styles that indicate which level you're on, and those are called landmarks of the creator god. To perceive it that way, well, reality there made the paradise did team. Title Conqueror was great labyrinth for obtained. Your title Conqueror was great labyrinth for obtained. Up title Conqueror was great labyrinth obtained. God title Conqueror was great labyrinth for obtained. You leveled. You can read the chapter on and Thunderscans come geology. Rate the expected hull. Ancient. Something is happening now. That's the of the labyrinth. Every time clear floor this kind of change happens, so there actually is blessing of the labyrinth. Each floor of the was great labyrinth grants title when conquered and also increases strength, wisdom, physical, divine, magical, to which is the begging of the labyrinth. Don't be surprised yet, now it really begins. Block. Best of world underground, but look. Rain is falling. The enforced above. Lord will scout the surroundings. The chapter on and Thunderscans come. Human bones. These must be the remains of hunters who died trying this place. Likely the work of the. You can read the chapter on floor boss and Thunderscans come monster. Possibly so, but right now the boss monster isn't what's important. What do you mean? True objective is the key monsters. Manga Buddycom World like manga. Your warning, reader, that does not website has been detected. Please the series via website and Thunderscans support us continuing to publish more amazing series with the best possible quality and translation. Thunderscans. If the bogs monster is the representative entity of realm and the one that opens the official entrance to the next realm, then the key monster is the one that opens the irregular entrance. However, it was undesirable target for hunters due to being highly random entrance with high variability. And also difficult to catch. Can read the Caption and Thunderscans come. I'm not experienced player for nothing, and labyrinth isn't labyrinth for nothing. If only straightforward routes existed, would it be labyrinth? To the key monsters portal might seem like lottery of lucky, but have the knowledge of paradise users built over hundreds of defeats paradise. First need to find the key monster. Bogs monsters stay quietly the bogs room, but key monsters roam the field freely. Moreover, since key monster are dedicated, randomly finding them like already laborious task. Like Mangetio. What is that? Dear is cute. Come here, wait too. To close that back. In the 8th chapter on Thundescan scum. There. Yes is it. I mean gap. Yeah this thing. The key monster of you can read the chapter on the Thundescan scum 4. Oh. So transcendence paralysis yes. It's breaking free from paralysis on its own here even if consumes some manage say. Breaking free from paralysis and triple transcendence perfect shield C. As expected of key monster it's stronger than thought your majesty. Like Mangadyo it has considerable durability first glance it seems like tricky opponent but slow creep opening it for a moment opening say. Make it completely unable to walk oyo. It let end 6 bad. You can read the chapter on in Thunderscan scum. I Manga. It infused the dagger with mana to increase its cutting power typical technique passed down old formed. Very excellent. F. Finishing blow ocal. Quintuple transcendence acid point all blow. You have obtained the title Gift Killer the monster agility increased oh that's good it's especially good title for Clue 4 Kemet chapter on in Thundescan scum. It's amazing feel like body could. Like manga Nash Labyrinth is dangerous place, but it also has useful points like this it's pity other companion should have come to. Don't worry plan to come back with everyone later. This floor raid is just the beginning only conquering the entire labyrinth we prepare for the Holy War Looker. The portals generated when key monster I killed constantly change formula Nava San Guide and are called the Nava Gun and up. Paradise users discovered that a specific time portal type and color match can read chapter on and Thundescan scum it becomes portal leading to the desired location. Let's see from the 2 floors it's a land and for the land portal leading from the 2th floor during evening hours the color is. Oh the answer is the black portal of the land type it's still the green of the guide type. I manga. Yo the portal is changing. The color you can read the chapter on in Thundescan scum has changed your majesty. Land type evening time black portal. This is if you can read the chapter on in Thunderscan scum have. Key monster changing portals the monarch's command is subject's duty. Don't know where this information. I will trust and follow you your majesty. You have obtained the title Snafe Labyrinth both floor conqueror. Warming from thunder and hand come they are decreasing over time even though the same chapters pirated receive thousands dozens chapters are published each month and receive lot attention on these pirated causing significant losses the team including reduced income for the workers and the site overall please the chapters so dirt to keep the site rushing danger and to continue providing chapters from our team stay healthy and well. They have earned the title Snef Great Labyrinth conquer finally the floor. Lord it's freezing here. How many days did it take to get here exactly 5 days been keeping track with hourglass. 5 days if we conquer this place within 2 more days we'll achieve the goal of clearing it week. There were some close calls but we held pretty well. If we had gone with direct assault on the boss monster journey might have ended around the 4. Despite unexpected variables we were able to progress relatively smoothly targeting the comparatively weaker key monsters. The rewards from the key monsters were quite valuable things like transcendental magic stones worth gold each and regenerating blood key ingredient for super recovery potions. More importantly the stay boost from the conquer titles gave us huge advantage terms of artifacts the effect is equivalent to the least ratings. Let's rest here well continue fully recovered both health and mana resource and word yes, thank you your majesty. Luckily there was cave nearby we ended making forced march that want the plans so rest is necessary. Let's set alarm spell the cave entrance for now if anything happens heliport here immediately web. Well then. Shall I look for it? The Divine Imperial Seal. One used main mukluk the Divine Imperial Seal is ablaze at Uipal Airline Clans I Navy, Spain many, Nalate best aspects of mex sellets to also puezi puppet eager mukes will begin pay rehabs, It's the national seal created Emperor Veneration Vayat of the Earth Empire, who once unified the Nash continent into Great Empire, also known as Veneration the Seventh. It's called the Divine Imperial Seal because it is said to have been consecrated directly to the chief god Radius. Much like the title Long Give the King the Kingdom of Crisis, which guarantees golden age of 1 year, the seal bestows powerful effect known as golden title. Its bearer, it confers legitimacy as the Emperor Rza Skandor, and yet the seal now lies buried the ground alongside nameless skeletal remains. The reason is unknown, but following secret order from Veneration Visit Right fled into the Great Labyrinth carrying the seal. The seal is either inside or near the body of that knight. The problem is, there are so many uncollected corpses here, and among them, I have to find that knight. There's another problem too. Sealed area accessible only through designated dimensional gates, the boss room of the underground floor of the Great Labyrinth where the fallen angel Gazelle resides. Fighting demons, fighting fallen angels this rate won't end fighting gods themselves someday. Side it be blessing just to survive the Holy Beast War. Skeletal remains all alone, remote place, seems like corpse with story behind. Could it be? When you the skeletal remains night, let skeleton full told stories fallen alone found. The clothes and armor once worn have long since rotted away the seal. Rza Skandor, what wanted to protect is no longer here. Too much time has passed. So to protect what's precious to me, I'll borrow the seal. Now may rest. The true hear the throne. Twice only vocal rays all internal afford the entire empire their maximums. This immediately ushers golden age across all regions. The maxed out stats will slowly decline back to their original values over years. Anyone hostile towards will have the least loyalty. It's basically upgraded version of the existing Long Live the King title. The title holder you can grant growth opportunities designated comparing. You cannot grant this yourself. Once the contract made, you move them to special training chamber. This chamber exists pocket dimension, find parallel world where time does flow as it does reality. Omitted. The explanation is incredibly long, but Rza Skandor to sum it up, it means this. Work that summons training ground unaffected. The external flow of time feels familiar somehow, but anyway that's it. Well, that just side benefit. He talk us stride javelin best. Ugarway law died according to future plans. Once we annex neighboring territories into kingdom, we must declare ourselves as the empire. When that happens, if we reveal the seal along with the coronation, no one will be able to dispute legitimacy. Emperor can't help but laugh. As life Shinapon was just lowly employee trading company, but this new life he's now dreaming of becoming the emperor. Previous life was that of ordinary person, but this life the futures of countless people depend on me. And sees happy anywhere, everyone is happy not. Sir cleared the empire's loyal knight to the very end. Rza Skandor, may he rest peace. Well then shall I head back to Klo? I heliport there instead. Regional debuted manite interference is that sudden, can't be helped. Until we get out of the rebuff zone we'll have to walk ourselves put. These are the corpses I saw while flying above. That corpse doesn't seem to have been dead for long. I probably couldn't see it earlier because I was flying. Rza Skandor, it's decomposing, but thanks to the cold weather the distortion isn't severe. But this outfit, I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. And the face looks somewhat familiar too. Atolls. He's so like one of the true protagonist candidates, bless the god of good alignment. That guy's to think he's dead place like this. For now let's store in the pocket dimension that should prevent further decay. Never thought protagonist level would die has. Unexpected variable has appeared. Maybe I've been too complacent, assuming had the god's blessing all along. Rza Skandor, from now on I'll have to act more cautiously and thoughtfully. So, Joe flat. Oh well. I've rested enough, you four. Ah yes, good, then shall we get going? It's time to take down the boss monster we've been waiting for. Rza Skandor Gazelle it. We need to bring peace to the fallen angel who lost his wings. How's your condition? There's no problem. Great, let's go then. Moab into. This side is all cleared. How about you, Clove? All sorted. Once we pass through this portal we'll enter the barrier where the boss awaits. They'll emphasize it again, even if something happens to me stay stealth mode until the objective is complete. Yes, understood. Then let's begin. Stealth. Rza Skandor. As Tolio. Unwelcome guest key. Do humans not have the ability to learn? Azel, the fallen angel, is the monster, the underground floor, the great labyrinth. Due to the seal information inaccessible, dealing with inferior beings has become rather tiresome. The labyrinth seal is expected of labyrinth boss, the security is through. Azel's class is Spellblade. Izaskin, or he handles both melee and ranged combat using sword and magic. Do you see the corpses scattered around you? That was the fate of all those who refused favor. They'll give chance to run, now quietly disappear. 6 class magic and swordsmanship, swordmaster level. He's no easy opponent, but what are saying chicken wings? Enough talk, just come me already, you'll turn into crispy chicken. Foolish you man. Don't even know your place. Defensive magic Rekko Rizaskin or Ignore gauntlet option. I magic disdain using the gauntlet magic class or lower be deflected, consumes mana if it's magic battle. This is how recharge confidence. Have some interesting skills but don't have any stronger magic. It's so boring I could die. Looks like Chloe is doing well according to plan. The key to this strategy is intercepting the enhancement orbs. The layout is roughly the same as the boss room, so we practice here. Rizaskin or what exactly are we practicing? Once the battle starts, spheres called enhancement orbs will appear throughout. So if touch or get buff, that enhances your physical abilities. Once Gazel starts collecting these orbs, she becomes exponentially stronger. Clue, your job is to intercept all the enhancement orbs. The middle, is that really possible? Your Majesty rock. The orbs will come from all directions, and we don't even know the exact order or path they'll take. Don't worry about that, we'll find a way to remember it somehow. Well, situations like this theory isn't as good as practice here. Idle to block all the incoming magic orbs, so now knock them dead. Me yeah. Only instabate, isn't that bit too suddenly? Since Clue has endured hellish training like that, it's safe to assume she's smoothly absorbing the enhancement orbs, right? Trust you, Clue, keep the good work. This Oscan or the rugged fool take this too. Ordinary magic will work, he'll deflect them all. Last offensive magic force missile mark. Last offensive magic force missile C. For class and above, the mana consumption is enormous. No way. Ignore gauntlet options, selective evasion. You repel magic of class higher using mana equal magic idle. Rizaskin word it up. But what are you spacing out for, chicken block? Double transcendence force, she mutual gunner caxclam leaks. What the heck is with this Rizaskin war? It's the same magic, does it have stronger destructive power? Well, don't really care about that question. He seems pretty skilled magic files. But when it comes to attacks using the arrow blade, he just retreats while completely focusing on defense. He's weaker to swords than to magic. No matter how much flap and struggle, worthless human like never defeat me. Oh, release. Did he get scared, or what? Rizaskin or has expected humans are nothing more than so made up pixels. His Majesty was right, the more absorbed that orb of light the stronger feel down Mahad Yalkisnamon. In Analogolfxpo. Now all the regeneration is finished. Feeling P. Rizaskin or Mo. You still have the luxury to smile, human. You've already taught your place, yet still seem to underestimate me. And that ignorance of yours he'll make realize it through death black. Rizaskin or Xki. Will still be smiling after this if I put just little effort. Good tier half instant. There are 2 conditions: the power of Clue, who has gathered all the orbs of enhancement, and the time taken to collect those orbs. What nonsense is that? An enemy who uses both sword and magic at the same time is troublesome. Even I would have hard time holding out. No Rizaskin orb was led into only using the sword to pearl max. Human. How dare lay hand on someone's face? Whoosh. Rizaskin or human as you. The heart tracker option has been activated with the heart. Archangel Gazel would like to upgrade the brain absolute weakening to ring. It's here, the ring of absolute weakening upgrade. Of course have to do it. Conversion complete. Brain have absolute weakening. Nice. Isfer. All stats increase. Stressful deliberated. Gazel leaves. Wolf finding peace of mind. All stats. This buff is the least on par with Coster artifact. This is the corrupted energy within Gazel is gathering. Dark concentrated core stone. One time use core stone that allows instantaneous teleportation to center the underground altar the Umbra border. Your Majesty, are your wounds alright? I'm fine, just few scratches. Setting that aside, you've cleared 4 of the Great Labyrinth Claw. Yes, thanks to your Majesty's insight. Another notification, they all come once, just once. Gazel's feather designate people including yourself allowing immediate movement. Next, the target using wings cooldown. Our spoke Rizas Kinward. This definitely special awarded to the party member who contributed the most to the clearing. Maybe it's best to give it to C's after all. Echo. First it was opponent that would pose no difficulty. But with all abilities unleashed its power was overwhelming, so we had no choice but to use tactic of deliberately exposing weaknesses to lure it out. Last, we need higher class magic and countermeasures. Your Majesty expected your wounds from that intense battle. Please. Flew just a moment. Just let me take short break and Your Majesty. Rizas Kinward. Come. Thanks for all your hard work, Your Majesty. Slow. First thought it was respect, Rizas Kinward. But then as we spent time together, those feelings gradually grew into something more. Your Majesty. You. Where I must have just fallen asleep. Rizas Kinward did Claw tend to him. Stayed watch the whole time, yes. Sorry, Claw collapsed so recklessly and caused unnecessary trouble. That's not the case. Well, take a quick look around and be right back. Well, I'm alright. What's the sudden shyness about? It Stacy consumes divine power and magic power. Divine power to completely heal, however it cannot be used twice. The same target available for use. Fortunately the ecstasy hasn't been used yet. For now let's Rizas Kinward invest all the remaining stats I've gained this time into magic power. Shared strength, vitality, god, magic power, wisdom, agility, charm, physical defense, magical defense, divine power. Remaining stats. Finally magic power. Now into the prayer of Modulus. Class magic also achieve decable transcendence. Magic defense now practically immune. Limited class magic. Wisdom stay almost this level. It deals times the damage compared to makes of similar rank. Level with current state I definitely stand fight against class makes. Now with full confidence plan take gamble off. Welcome back, Clue. There was nothing unusual around here. Oh, those are all artifacts. Yes, they were scattered around here and there, so I gathered them all. You're planning to return to Crisis now, right? Of course, but before that there's place I need to stop first. Place need to stop first. Where is it, Your Majesty? Albasem Jinny Mail Mukluk Sak joins the Kingdom of Singer at the Kingdom of Senders. It's been while, Your Majesty of Arabia. And Your Majesty of the Kingdom of Senders seems to have grown more reserved since we last met. Hope you've been well. But more importantly, Tun Kanakat Katker were Sanctman Sekankdi. Don't know much about the one called Kale, but Fada knew him well. Thank for retrieving his remains. But what brings to Kingdom, it doesn't seem like came just to return his body. Made the effort to come person because there is urgent matter to discuss with you. Kingdom of Trivia is preparing to war soon. Adraderchet Ithunkuskansko. No, of course we must. You cannot coexist under the same with Marls and Bones kingdoms. What say is not wrong, but this time it's a bit different. This coming September where Trivia will strike the Kingdom of Paper. The Kingdom of Paper. The Kingdom of Pauper Kingdom allied with Mandalence Empire. Say Kingdom of Trivia Exipni Kingdom of Pauper Senders Lens Empire Steam. Because of that their discipline has Tunkin Pethchankar on Thunkuskanskam waned, and internal corruption has left them unprepared for war. Public attention is focused on gravity invasion of Bonus and Mark's Kingdom's pain poem. Main Mukluxla Kingdom of Trivia Mark's Kingdom Kingdom of Senders Pauper Bonus Kingdom using that will pretend to attack Bonus and Mark's. But instead we plan to strike Pauper. See, understand the situation clearly. As said before, the Kingdom of Senders will support or ally the Kingdom of Trivia. Will not forget Your Majesty's gracious words. Sans narrated odent in Thankaskanskam. Your Majesty, we truly trust the Kingdom of Arabia. So rapidity, this isn't matter of trust, it's about whether our kingdom benefit from aligning with trivia for not. Do you think it's impossible? Can say with certainty, it's impossible. Sir, speak frankly, we produce anything superior to media's weapons do our citizens praise our king as those of trivia do theirs. We can't match their weapons or people's devotion to your majesty is no less than Arabia's. It's all because the gods are lacking, because the gods' powers are insufficient. You cannot chatgro in Thankaskanskam via. Do not blame yourself, sometimes we recognize reality and compromise accordingly. Your majesty, or kingdom of cinders, surrounded on all three sides, enemies, has only one, only the kingdom of Arabia. Given the situation, want to support them with all our strength. Wayo Biladavosali. Phone to Kamka chapter on Elto Abaskineko. Who is this the last of it? After completing the conquest of the Wazalebi labyrinth and returning Bizupablo Mulasco beak recap set pay tita kanakat ketchup crocs fault kink d lot has happened. First, the artifacts retrieved from the labyrinth were distributed appropriately based on each one's properties. And personally saw Skeet off as he left the capital. He'd made full recovery, probably thanks to all the rest the cut. And now, after reviewing and signing all the backlog of documents, I'm waiting the royal villa for someone must meet at quiet unit. Your Majesty, Rakish had arrived. Radio Special Order Mastery Justice Enforcement Flash Swordsmanship Strategic Classic Warfare Blade Anti-Magic Countermeasures to Kimred and Shadikavan Thunk Ned and Summon me, Your Majesty. You've grown even stronger since we last met, as expected of your Majesty. You noticed 3 years ago was nothing more than common security captain, but now wield sword Lyra. Wakes from 3 years was best bank warrior. He had no further potential, but did he surpass his limits with loyalty alone? It's miracle achieved through your own effort. It was only possible thanks to your Majesty's teachings. Will remain forever loyal. Let's have glass of wine. Want to share today with your pack? If it's wine, granted, your Majesty. I'll drink all night long if I have to grab. Ah, good, let's catch on what we've missed. There's need to discuss with you. Yon Kinordik Echakdun in Thunkaskanskin. Speaking of which, Sir Rakish, how preparations on the Western Front? We're steadily reinforcing our forces along the borders with the two kingdoms. Bimasarik, Usk, Isabel, Klipix, Anna. They've committed and are constructing strong defensive lines. What about the Bones and Mark's navies? Since losing Admirals Genius and Luke, their replacements have been underwhelming. What about ship construction? Repairs and upgrades to the current fleet as well as construction of transport ships are progressing swiftly thanks to major road renovations. Securing lines has become easier too. Everything is proceeding as planned. Sir Rakish Tunkamat the Anka, yes, you're in Thundraskanika Majesty. We will soon attack the kingdom of Pauper. Not bonus of morals, but paper. Exactly, do understand. That strategy. Rakish, understand your Majesty's intentions. Flying or Mahaptic and Thunderskans do. First, we spread rumors of war between Trivia and the two kingdoms and mass war troops as if war is imminent to draw attention. Meanwhile, the kingdom of paper is chaos due to rampant completion. The people's trust the rulers be low. So we pretend to strike bonus and morals, swiftly conquer paper instead, meaning your Majesty's strategy uses the two western kingdoms as diversion while striking the exactly as intended. But have one more reason. I said their nation drowned in corruption and decay as Basniki swept length pay methods. Many such countries bleed their citizens across the West continent. Mean all of Guy IMB won't gain easiest request Mokabs all years. Call it meddling if you want, but believe nation should not exist on this continent. Wise words, your Majesty. Yonkanekata capital in Thunderskansk, and Irakish will give all to follow your brilliant plan. Until the day we march, make sure to show the world only what enemies expect to see. Let it look like we're preparing for war against Bones and Morals. Yes, you're. All that left now is to act for the unprepared enemy. The gates of hell will soon open, even if it requires some sacrifice in order to prepare for the holy war. Often extra mea multi suck gildize blaze at every exilic mea ella praise puppeteers. The best course is to preemptively bring weak and incompetent nations under control. For the sake of kingdom and those dear to me will ensure victory. The holy war It's been a while since I've been to the underground training hall of the detached palace. Wakes have gone through some grueling training here. During that time he's an amazing person. Although never expected such sudden bombshell announcement. Sir Rakish 42-year-old bachelor is actually getting married. He said his bride to be is Mary May. His mother right guess Raisa's unwavering devotion finally paid off. Rakish wedding should officiated myself. You can read the captor on and Thundescan scum. Come to think of it, the issue of own queen has been brought continuously. Should tell them not to bring that topic for the time being. Had no intention of rushing. Your Majesty. Naomi the commander of the Limits Mage Corps, Ella the commander of the Agrestic Knight Order, we have come as have summoned. Nephrite blessing the rate inevitable with the highest loyalty and favorability. The recipient the blessing doubled. Ella and Naomi, they will be the cornerstones of the upcoming war. Received report that they too have shown rapid growth recently. Naomi has already become mage and Ella has learned wield or blade correct gloves. Of course, they still have long way compared to Paladin of the Lens Empire, but considering Paladin is over 60 years old, the rate of development is spectacular. First let's test their skills. Welcome, I've heard a lot about through correspondence. The reason called both to this underground training hall is because we'll be the cornerstones of the upcoming war. You can eat the chapter on 1 Thunderscans mem. There are things we discussed the future, but let's put that aside for a moment. Don't show me the skills you've honed right here and now. Feel free to attack me as wish. Hell, don't tell me the reason told to bring respective weapons was. Are confident, Your Majesty, it will be difficult for to face the two of alone. I appreciate your concern, but never know until to do. Now show me the skills have honed. So occurred the chapter and in Thunder Scans. Something incomprehensible has just happened. Mage was completely overwhelmed. Mage. And her user couldn't even properly swing her blade or once. As expected of His Majesty, he is league of his own. The Agrestic Knight Order would have been so thrilled if they had seen me today. Your Majesty, what level of mastery have you reached? Ah, still just high-class mage. No one would believe that since mage could not defend against it. Yoke skill is comparable to that of high class. Now rather proud that I've already achieved much. You've trained hard. Excellent. Your praise is more than I deserve. Your Majesty, grateful. Now then, shall we get to the main topic? Regarding the military strength of the paper kingdom that we deal with, could tell me what militia know we worship upside also puppet yistam so inerk utapolai pain melbakukurtha chapter and Thunderscans. The most noteworthy individual is the mage who leads the paper mage corps, Commander Beijing. So they have someone more skilled than thought. It is said that the proportion of combat makes within the corps is not insignificant. But give the order any time, Your Majesty, or Limits Mage Corps is ready to carry out any command. The Knight Order's preparations are also proceeding smoothly. Took in the chapter on Thundescans, they would be perfectly ready even if deployed into battle immediately. How reliable, have no doubt will do well real battle. This is where it truly begins, because there are still quite few enemies we must face. Like Tower Master Isabella of the Desmond Empire or Sword Master Duke Paladin of the Lens Empire, they are opponents against whom victory cannot be easily guaranteed. Therefore, like climbing staircase, one step time, we must crush the nearest enemy first and foremost. Chances of winning will increase if we eliminate any nations that might turn against us before the holy war begins. All mimic lay smoke look snap alone. I earlier best my sumi wait I peak bulk wine pucks knack cambiers albi mipsax mujab so pay rupees becky. The pauper kingdom nap. That first target is the pauper kingdom. We will set the date of execution for September. We also need enough time to deceive the Western kingdoms, disseminate this to the troops under your command so they prepare advance. Yes, Your Majesty, we will do as command. Besides that, there is a mountain of other things to prepare. Now shall we start tackling them one? Trivia Royal Workshop Shamanda. Zukin or Athak Radrani and Thundescans count. Oh, best trivia training ground. The smell of this mouth-watering food right from the entrance really sensed dead. Said it was inspection of the training grounds, but had reason for coming right lunchtime day. Or for Moss snuck delicious went to Kemred chapter on and Thundescanscum gout. Well, you're not wrong, that's not the only reason, huh? Lakes, almost let it slip out the secret that must not be revealed. What do you mean that, Your Majesty? It's nothing. Your Majesty, Gary Rizaskanor. Sir Lakes, hello Lord Lakes, what brings Your Majesty here? The reason came here is dad, a little rascal. Dad's bar with me, come on may I can't see you standing before right now. Come on now, give your greetings to His Majesty on daughter. Hello, Your Majesty. Hello, maiden, glad to see looking healthy squirm. Even though Mary and Lakes only recently remarried, Maya already gets along with Sir Lakes well. It puts me ease to see them like this. Your Majesty, that's right, came because have some business with Lady Mary. With wife mean was asking May I could go and bring your mother here, yes dada. Sure. Oh, she's already become so accustomed to wind magic that she uses it naturally even daily life. Maya will become incredible mage one day. So, welcome your Majesty. I'm sorry to trouble, we must already be busy. Not all your Majesty. It's a little earlier than planned, but since the war is drawing near. Mary's special traits, mother's home cooked meal, general traits, thankfulness, happiness. Is right. That's great, rarely seen special traits, Rarix rank. She has already become top class chef. Excellent, this means there's more than enough potential head chef Skimmer. Just still have the healing ladle, of course it was personally bestowed upon me, your Majesty would never treat it so lightly. Healing ladle of St. Finds, this ladle has 3 effects. First, anyone who eats food cooked with it has their immunity doubled for hours. Second, if the cook possesses the special trait Mother's Home Cooked Meal special trait Mother's Home Cooked Meal, then the duration is extended to days. Third, all the cook's food-related attributes rise 1 full stage. Thanks to these kingdoms, soldiers have not suffered even minor illnesses to this point. The effects are good but not extraordinary. This is when the bug comes into play, the exploit of using food for overwhelming damage buffs. First discovered this bug just few days before, died from overwork while preparing for territory war and experimenting with different buff setups. Being such settings obsessed nerd ran countless experiments with different combinations, reskin war, and stumbled across unexpected but, and that was Healing Ladle Mother's Home Cooked Meal X and seizes divine power of the Divine 5 Mother's Home Cooked Meal X. Combining these 3 factors creates the so-called 3-month snail big. Of course, it isn't without restrictions, only applies to those below level, and it cannot be used if they are wearing artifacts where ordinary can. That it was nicknamed the lobby bug for ordinary soldiers who never reached level was perfect. The activation condition is simpler than you think. The head chef Mary prepares the food and sees imbues it with the divine power of the Divine 5. If the soldiers eat 3 times a day for 10 days, then for the following 3 months they gain stay increase. Other words, if we start feeding them now until September, the soldiers will be able to unleash their maximum strength just time for war. Amiev will fight with it, and considering battlefield synergy, the effect won't be limited to mere increase when head chef intend to gather the kingdom's soldiers and reward their service with grand feast. Really, your Majesty, the soldiers will be overwhelmed with gratitude, your benevolence. However, this time want the food imbued with here's divine power. What divine power? According to High Priest note, food prepared that manner is said to have remarkable effects against disease, reskin, or is that true? This is the first I've heard of it, never said anything like case though. I'm ready, Majesty, please leave into me fat. It would be good if also taught me how to cook. Yes, gladly, good Caesar, enthusiasm is commendable. But keep this firmly in mind, head chef. No matter what, every dish must least be touched the healing ladle. Yes, your Majesty, it is indeed wondrous artifact, will be sure to do so. Your cooking will make kingdom strong. Expect everyone to carry out their duty with all their strength. We shall give utmost, your Majesty. Pauper Kingdom. Your Majesty, Rizoskin or Bolter. What is it, headmate? I'm busy. Envoy has arrived from the male's kingdom. They say they have urgent letter for your Majesty. Just when I was finally enjoying drink, ruined the mood. Was starting to have some fun. How irritating. King Apis, I of the Pauper Kingdom. Very well, I'll step outside for now. Return the moment. Call for you. Call to enjoy. Yes, your Majesty. Request for from the male's kingdom. Indeed, if your Majesty would advance upon Eastern Crisis Kingdom together with the Bonus Kingdom will actively respond the West. The forces of the Crisis Kingdom are currently concentrated the West. This is golden opportunity. Please, great King, lend us your strength. It bring money, pardon. If you've come to ask for help, should bring something to match your proposal. Coming empty-handed and daring to ask for help ridiculous. Throw this out of the palace, your Majesty. Rizoskin or Keeley. One is males and crisis. If the three of them clash, the only one who benefits. Isn't that right, your majesty, please? Golden opportunity cooperation. Bow, what nonsense. Enough of that. Bring the women back in and fetch more when once, your majesty. Isaskenowahol. Sup? August Quinn. It's already the 10th day of August. During this time, Mary and Hayes have consistently been handing out buff meals to the soldiers. Homemade meals from August for 1 month. All stats. The target will increase from September. For 1 month it will increase, and after that it will be adjusted for another month's resource and work. Finally, the soldiers started to feel the effects. The number of soldiers who have received the buff is just over. Before the full-scale Eastern campaign begins, the least soldiers are expected to receive the benefits of the buff. Meanwhile, to patrol highway the borders of Bonus and Males kingdoms in Silate Nalane vary the best in the week. Danai pack some ships mute up scope begin weeplex Kibapay meek. Additional troops have been dispatched to the border regions between the two kingdoms. It seems that they were easily deceived. Key crisis kingdom Males and Bonada kingdoms up x. The troops defending the coasts of the two kingdoms are now moving toward the border region. However, the troops gathered at the border are mostly senior soldiers responsible for maintaining order right. Meanwhile, the Pauper Kingdom has shown no reaction. Ike Sable crisis Well Kingdom Singer Paper Kingdom as if they're absolutely certain they won't be invaded. It's not like we're openly declared intentions to invade. I don't understand it. Well, let's put that issue aside for now. Model has finally finished it. Azuit Royal Wax and Duke Media's also paw prize. Detection bracelet breath classification ratings option. I detects all magical beings within idle radius. This should suffice. To create magical detection artifacts of this level just 3 weeks Rizoskin, or truly it must be modeled after all. Now then, shall we proceed with the next step? Your Majesty called for us. Or Lakes Mary and Maya. The reason give called all here is that the items we're being preparing have finally been completed. This is the artifact that detects magical beings. Is this the artifact your Majesty mentioned? I was quite worried because of the hidden dark sect. Yes, with this we should be able to uncover any hidden sect members here. Maya, take this as well. Thank you, your Majesty. The battle, take care of them with wind magic. Yes, Maya's wonderful locks. The way there's still more to give her. What else are talking about? This Rizoskin, would your Majesty, surely these are all. Yes, they're all artifacts. Lakes, strength, Mary, health, Maya, mana once were, and they'll provide decent effects. Your Majesty, how bestow such extravagant gifts on us? Actually, I had planned to give these as wedding gifts, but production took longer than expected, so I'm only giving them now. Your Majesty, your kindness overwhelming. Oh, not I'm more sorry for the delay. White artifacts are rare items to come this world, aren't they? Guess it's not surprising that this reaction to artifact. Your Majesty, you've been learning magic from Captain Naomi's spare time. Really well, let me see what you've got. Okay. Fricatons. Mia strength, health, mana, wisdom, agility, charm, physical defense, magical defense, special traits, the wind, mana, detection, mana, circulation, flames, general traits, filial piety, curiosity, persistence, Rizoskin. We're right, your Majesty. Do feel like I've improved from before. May can't just cast fire magic carelessly indoors. It's dangerous. Sorry about that. Maybe she's still a bit clumsy, Telks. Even so, she's gotten much stronger compared to before. She always acts like playful little rascal, but behind the scenes she's been working really hard. Yes, your Majesty. I'm sorry for not giving enough attention before. Maybe we train magic together soon. Yes, call me anytime. Substitute Temple Rizoskin or soon on September as the real war will begin. It would be as short as months, or it could drag on for years or even longer. Already the kingdom of Crisis has fallen to the Time Empire, and the kingdom of Semantic is also suffering from the flames of war. The original history, these kingdoms lasted until the Holy War collapsed. The history of Paradise has already been completely changed with the appearance of new variables. Perhaps could the Holy War be brought forward? The Garsha scroll, didn't it say it would provide advice? One deep thought. Now seems like the time to open it. Rizoskin work, starting with the last part. December PCS but what's this one? Saw it before. It was supposed to be December. It was moved whole years. Then what about the advice earlier? If the scheduled date has changed, then the corresponding advice should have changed as well. NUL Act, the bundle of knowledge built a great one. Those who seek this wisdom must abandon their arrogance. Only then will they gain the true wisdom hidden behind the veil. Muramlajolka Klainal Ian Hernia Neil. The bundle of knowledge, the great one, abandon your arrogance, true wisdom hidden behind the veil. For us, so that's what it meant. The Tower of Knowledge built the great one. It refers to the Compendium of Magic Mechanics from Castro. You've been the Compendium of Magic Mechanics steadily whenever have time, but strangely it seemed too sloppy for something written dragon, and every time tried to cast magic based on it, failure was inevitable. Maybe it's because still have the mindset from the game days. Compendium Magic Mechanics could decline to it thoroughly, no thought if simply through it get something easily. Yes, that's what arrogance means. Rizaskenword, if what's the true wisdom behind the veil. Illis be hidden content the magic dynamics compendium. It's probably hidden cipher or specific rule. Yamit Castro testing me like this. No time to waste. Your Majesty did hear the priests are looking for the culprit who screamed the temple early this morning of year of the was continental calendar September. Hopper Crisis Borderlands. Can't believe it's already September, man, time really flies. You're telling me think next year we'll finally be done with these century duties? You're right, guys like us should be grateful we even got work like this. Besides, it's pretty cushy post, isn't it? The Arabians don't care about the side, so there's nothing to worry about. Exactly, watching wild animals every day. I feel like eyesight's gotten sharper. Yeah. Hey, keep those sharp eyes open, will ya? I'm heading to the restroom, please make it quick. Rizaskenword. We're under attack, JSQ Mupna. As expected of you, Lady Chloe, everything went according to plan. Let's send a signal to the main force, and now the others must have finished their missions too, right? Your Majesty, it's signal. We've taken charge of every border outpost. Looks like Lady Chloe and the infiltration did splendidly, Rizaskenword. So it begins up. Last the time has come, soldiers of the kingdom. We stand here today for all who suffer under the corrupt and decadent rule of the pauper kingdom. Some will call it unjustified interference, even invasion, but foe is tyrant who bleeds his people and shows no mercy oppressing them. If we leave such unchecked, one day he'll threaten not only own kingdom along the border but the entire continent itself. From this moment the army of Tibia marches to punish those who have abandoned all justice and humanity. Cross the border, soldiers advanced. All units. Rizaskenword. Forward. A Rizaskenword and a love. Target the pauper kingdom's capital to off. I send shit. So. Near the pauper crisis border, pauper mace division garrison call for reinforcements from the border garrison. Prepare to defend crisis, attacking massive force show from everyone, not get ready to deploy. Open the gates. The border's danger moves it oh. Jet into formation now, I over with magic. Everyone gathered, yes sir. Then we move straight to the border, everyone, use flight magic. Rizaskenword. Hello. Yes. What the hell, what happy end? If we'd been a moment later it would have been over. Ooh, the world launched this ambush. The rebel peasants, we rounded them all and burned them last time, didn't we? That banner, the Cyprian army, Rizaskenword. Ambush right front of garrison. Don't tell me they've already pushed this far past the border. Ilupskakar. Oh. Such overwhelming power. That he's the king of crisis himself. Shard. Damn it, those Arabian base stars, when did they get all the way here and set tape? Where the hell are they shooting from? Phew, what kind of magic is this? Not. What are doing? Hurry and break this with dispel spell. Dispel won't break, hit me. Off. Sorcerer division, man, to your power so the enemy can't break their bonds. Yes, commander. This isn't magic, Rizaskenword, is it? Curse. They used the chaos from the surprise attack to neutralize us with curses, and then they attacked the Arabian army, really got the drop on us. It seems the rumors about the Arabian king's extraordinary abilities weren't false, but I heard he hasn't yet broken through the wall of the class. That case we still have chance to win. Your Majesty, that is beating the commander of the pauper mage division. I shall handle this. Apologies to Naomi, who is also of commander rank, but I wish to face him myself will be. There's something I'd like to discuss with him personally. And I leave the rest to you. Yes, your majesty intend to face me alone. This battlefield is a bit cramped. Shall we move to more spacious location? What Kado? We ask Horde what the world is happening. Horde. Shame is something that should be felt. Parasites like you who have been sucking the blood of the starving populace. I thought it talking first gesture even more rotten to the core than I expected. After I erase in your mage division from this place, I will advance upon the capital. If you want to line, then come me with everything we got. How dare underestimate me, class eager Lala. Prepare yourself, Jer. Wasa back magic wind blast. This is attack magic capable of grinding person to dust. This isn't magic that someone like you who hasn't even broken through the class wall handle. Izaskin or its local cut. Impossible. What did he send magic right back, Mizu? The counter technique I learned long ago on the Memus Plateau. I suppose I should thank the spirit of the wind. Without doubt the same class attack magic. Now its turn. Izaskin or motion. Perfect shield. What? To stone skin ale. This is the end. Zickable transcendence chain lightning. Izaskin or. This is impossible. What was that? What was that sounds? That was surely what His Majesty previously called transcendence. All units retreat from the battlefield immediately. Yes, sir. He's like God of lightning. His Majesty's power is overwhelming. Izaskin no. To think entire nation's mage division could be annihilated so easily, it's beyond frightening. It's awe-inspiring. Izaskin I have to agree with there. The operation was brilliant success, Your Majesty. That final strike particular was nothing short of the Thunder God incarnate. There has never been case before where Mage Corps was completely annihilated single blow like this. Definitely. That last strike literally wiped out the pauper Mage Corps. Of course most of them were mix of the class or lower, but still. I carried the chapter on and Thunder Scans come. I've obtained the title Image Player. Your magic power increases Mage Player lives erase just one spell. What terrifying power. Since not even messenger was left to report the defeat, the enemy will suffer significant strategic setback. Your Majesty, where should we head to now? We could advance straight to the royal capital, but main force is still battling the border. If we the main force and completely shatter the pauper border guards, we secure perfect victory. We should first loop north and the main force still fighting the border. Now that the Mage Corps is wiped out, if we just crush the border guards, the enemy won't even think about. Understood, Your Majesty. I shall prepare for immediate departure. We're looping north to the main force. Hurry and prepare for departure. Hopper Trivia Borderlands the chapter on and Thunderscans come oak. Hopper Border Guards. This is Cantonal Commander-in-Chief of the Pauper Northern Army giving the order. Defend the front line no matter what. If we fall, the entire northern part of the kingdom will be handed over to those trivia-based starts. The Mage Corps will arrive soon. Hold out with all your might. The chapter on and Thunderscans come cuddle oil. Igit, the barrier has been breached. Prepare for close quarters combat. Look over there. Of what is it? Else. The infamous Trivia Kingdom's Agrastic Knight Order. The chapter on and Thunderscans come. The barrier is breached. Agrastic Knight Order charge. Exure. But. No way, the front line is collapsing. When is the Mage Corps going to get here? These pup is that the pauper Mage Corps. Well, that's the Mage Corps. The Age Corps is here up oak. They finally made it. Quick, hurry over here. Here the chapter on and Thunderskins come. Jared. The Trivia Kingdom's Mage Corps and kind Jared. The fact that they've appeared the rear means. An urgent news from the rear area. The paper Mage Corps has been annihilated. The chapter on and Thunderskins come to. Everyone drop your weapons. The enemy has secured the rear. There's no chance of victory even if we grit our teeth and fight here. Any more is pointless. Everyone throw down your weapons. I can't send subordinates to fight battle they can't win. This is the defeat of the Paper Northern Army. Upper Kingdom Royal Capital Magenta. The chapter on and Thunderscans, come. The chapter on and Thunderscans, come. September of Liberation. That's what the people of the Pauper Kingdom called their September. September of Liberation. That is what the people of the Pauper Kingdom called their September. Their resentment and grudge toward King Paphos must have been deeper than expected, for they welcomed the Crisis Kingdom army advance with open arms. As a result, Rizaskanor dared to think get away with this family still have loyal subordinates scattered across the kingdom. Then she'll carry out the execution. Offer your sincere apologies to the victims in the afterlife. Ajashmur. Shard BC. Last tyrant dead Ak long live the Crisis Kingdom, long live the new king of two. So, Aphos I was executed before September even ended. Paint poem main muklux Isay blaze Crisis Kingdom impulsinger values kingdom native across the former Pauper Kingdom now Crisis territory. Large scale purge of corrupt officials was carried out. Thanks to this the chaos quickly subsided. Meanwhile this news began to spread across the continent. And soon everyone began to closely watch the Crisis Kingdom and King Jared next moves. October is Duke Salad's mansion Lens Empire. Loss for whoops will it be impede me jump. Before we could even make proper move the Paper Kingdom fell into critics' hands. The power of the Kamiya weapons was extraordinary. Just how did they discover and refine such raw ores? And the constant troop repositioning the Singer Kingdom which keeps us check we cannot risk and or act rashly is equally thrown aside. Northern advance towards Singer Kingdom is impossible. Ioipulas mukluksai papa manat nolai you're very the best nakenu voke non speak some next sepsi we in attacking the malls and bonus kingdoms risks stretching the front line too far. Your grace are correct. Does no one have better solution? Difficult problem indeed. Do not grow impatient. Secondary plan has already been prepared. Since the Crisis Kingdom has already opened the gates of Warizos Banork, we bring forward original plan and swiftly attempt western invasion. The west then are aiming for the Long Kingdom. Preparations are already complete. However, before the war begins there are obstacles must first remove. Shall explain the details. The next meeting dismissed. Askin or season. Ethiopia. In any case the invasion of the Long Kingdom was inevitable plan, but still. Share the thought of that leaves bitter taste. One I completely deceived to scheme. Moving the entire army was secretly prepared long-distance teleportation circles and carrying out operation that consumed hundreds of thousands of gold just to build those circles with such relentless decisiveness. Izaskimad. Van Milky Ruelsperak Weir is their puppet dance ship. That is not some fortunate vagabond from the provinces. He is far more than expected, and he has the ability to put it into action. Moreover, he has nature that refuses to submit to anyone. If we cannot place him under feet, coexistence will be impossible. There is only one choice. Sempain main muklux crisis say kingdom x and squaws I nap resolution or to utterly destroy him. Everyone have worked hard. Lake Salanamid Isabel Reynolds sees Chloe. Truly it is thanks to everyone's efforts that we have reached this point, especially Isabel's rebel sorcery division which achieved remarkable results. They exploited the enemy's weakness, their lack of defense against sorcery with precision. The past we quarreled and bickered much. But now it seems things have truly changed. Her decision to form the sorcery division has now borne fruit like this. Captain Isabel have worked hard to make the sorcery division's stead success, only fulfilled the duty entrusted to me. The rebel sorcery division will continue to be strong. Glad for your majesty. When all the valor displayed this time has become example for many soldiers, everyone spare no praise for you. Only did best so not to bring shame to your majesty. Reskin orcs do lack much but will learn even harder. Wena too is unsung hero of this war. They said she played key role on the front line with her outstanding defensive ability. Wenetti's strength, stamina, magic, wisdom, agility, charisma, physical defense, magic, defense, special traits, tenacious endurance, indomitable weakness, analysis, unorthodox defense, arts, or a blade, berserker, general traits, training, perseverance, focus. The results of her training are clearly visible. Aura Blade already great, and if she continues to grow steadily, even challenge against the great labyrinth of Nash will be possible. conquering the 2th floor of the great labyrinth of nasty, the ultimate goal to be completed before the holy demonic war breaks out. If everything goes according to plan, there should be no problem. Everyone truly worked hard. For your merits shall be rewarded generously. Let not grow lax, but devote all efforts to stabilizing the new territories. Yes, your majesty. Long live King Jared Rizokamord. We would like to tell the palace, would that be alright? Of course, just don't stay out too late. Both of possess tremendous power, and yet you're still but children. Speaking of which, also had business, the underground levels of this castle should get going. The 2nd basement floor is for storing wine, like the 3rd basement floor is where herbs and are organized. While inspecting the interior after seizing the palace, discovered suspicious place starting from the 3rd basement floor. Glance, it looked like nothing risky, or more than ordinary well. But the bracelet of detection was vibrating, which meant the surroundings were certainly enveloped with demonic energy. Then let's see, shall we uncover the secret beneath the royal palace? Magic power overflowing onto the wall, reinforced with magic. It would be impossible to break through with brute force, wouldn't it? These types of secret doors must exploit the nature of the magic power door, that is divine power. Divine power exhibits strong attraction against magic power. In other words, it brings divine power close to wall overflowing with magic power. Rizoskenorg. Here it is Vale. All the secret doors made the Paradise developers were like this. They lack creativity. Reef, what is all this? Utalal. Is this man an interference magic circle, set for the purpose of blocking internal and external teleportation? Rizoskenboard, that must mean there's something that needs to be hidden, that much perhaps. Untold amounts of gold and treasure, or something that hides equally suspicious secret. The latter is likely more credible. Who would pile gold and treasure place with dense magic power? Wait there, we would trap. Now this is fun. This is more exciting than I thought. Minutes later, tick back the work exciting. Death Knight suddenly popping out as cheating. Brush sentence magic missile whipped hurt Layla. Just suddenly leap out from dark place. Is this horror movie or what? What is it? Rizosken, or is it drop item? Side of rest, black stone classification, great star option, masks the presence all energy of the wearer and enables disguise with magic power option, detect magic circles that are specially activated magic power. Wait, night rest. Night rest, mutated night appearing the game Paradise, intermediate boss monster appearing the dungeon sanctuary of corruption. His background story is that he accidentally entered the secret space of the dark cult, couldn't escape, and was eventually assimilated magic power and mutated into night. Thought this was no ordinary place, but I didn't think it would be the sanctuary of corruption from Paradox. For now it seems best to use this stone to hide presence. The disguise seems to be done well enough. Let's organize memories bit more. The sanctuary of corruption that appears is one of the dark altars created person named Unknown, who is associated with the dark cult. The reason the name Unknown is attached is that there are no records. Rizoskenboard, the identity of the boss monster is not known. Other words, although he is one of the dark cult's members, it was not known who transformed and became the boss monster. Although it's not the main altar, it's secondary one. Demolishing this is opportunity to strike blow against the dark cult. Anyway, I can't believe there was such facility under the royal palace. If we had been little later, the kingdom of Popper might have fallen into the hands of the cult. What? It's not teleport, dimension door. Are they the cult members? Namacha. But hurts with the world. Is this place book? Are two coming out of here? Rizoskenboard. Well, while we were looking around the bedchamber of the former Pappas, a dimension door suddenly appeared the room, and we were instantly sucked in. And I really, here we are, thought I was going to deco. But where exactly is this place? It feels unsettling. It's under the royal castle. For now I don't know where the exit is yet. Thought. Then ape, we trapped her off. First, don't panic, there must be exit. No. Let's look around together. For now it seems like place related to the cult, so everyone be careful. Understood, your majesty. Then I'll cast the mute spell first. Cave me first. Your majesty, can't we escape with teleportation? Unfortunately not. Mana interference magic circles are laid out everywhere. Maybe it's possible if I use gazelles, but this is also type of teleportation. I don't know what might happen. Gazelles wings user Jared and user Hayes are connected, available for immediate use. It only applies to me, and it's not the right option. It really smells nasty. Rizaskin or Jared, it looks like I should have put me down, meow. So let her sure don't look me like I'm just some fat cat, meow. You've lost lot of weight since then. Chusoi. There's nothing wrong, meow. It's surprisingly long tunnel. 3 bad guys ahead, meow. You're better than I thought, fat cat. Be quiet, meow. Don't add unnecessary comments. Leave it to me. Don't cast additional mute spell just case job. Nah. Lands roar mocker. Who's a Rizaskin or damn it, body is frozen. Hen of Arcad. Whoa, scissor cool, this is piece of cake. This place is just room with no special facilities, isn't it? Rizaskin, or who were these people and what were they doing here? It looks like they've set some sort of altar here. What is that symbol? This is definitely. I remember now, this is the crest of the Umbra cult. So. The Umbra cult. Umbra was definitely one of the demon names, right? The Temple of Corruption is connected to the Umbra cult, but what kind of artifact is this? Bracelet of Fanaticism classification grade star option. I consumes of the wearer's lifespan to enhance all physical abilities fivefold. However, it cannot be used on the same target more than once. Bracelet of Fanaticism. Is this the same item that tried to mess with Ski before they intend to awaken someone using their lifespan as collateral, as discard them like consumable? Other words, they plan to turn their cultists into killing machines whenever they want those Umbra cult-based darts. They really don't know the meaning of restraint. Rizaskin work. Your Majesty, I found something. This looks like map of this place, doesn't it? If this map is correct, then we're currently the north. And this mark seems to indicate the exit. No matter how I look at that's one suspicious and ominous symbol. It's not like I just marked it randomly so could stop giving me those looks. This kind of twisted logic is common trick the Dark Order uses. Before we explore further, let's get the kids out first. The Temple of Corruption has too many variables, and we have no clue about the boss monster's identity. To leave this place with Derry first toe. No way will stay, Your Majesty. Stop, Rizaskin, or Your Majesty always tries to take on all the burdens alone. Relate on us to know exactly what she said. We've been training hard all this time, so we be of help to Your Majesty. Give trained until hands, but please trust us. Maybe I still thought of them as children who only needed protection. But these kids have already become such admirable wolf warriors capable of holding their own. That case fine. That's wild. Or Rizaskin were intruders. Then send Vince chain lightning. Ugh. Hey. Cecil used to clear path. Yeah, let's stick close behind. Got it. Of Rizaskin word. They'll give quick rundown of the plan from here on. Minutes earlier too will make as much noise as possible and turn the surroundings into chaos. Is this distraction strategy, Your Majesty? The terrain here is too complicated to check everything one. So we'll make racket and lure the enemy boss to us, and then title Slayer of Mere Humans. Destroyer slaughters all members following the Dark Under and collects soul fragments. Third objective, effect upon achieving Slayer Mere Humans upgrades the artifact demonic plate to Stars Destroyer with Mere Slayer per following fragments. Well, I figured we might as well prepare for the quest at the same time. Alex sub achieving slaughters effect upon order Hans object Seafold super of upgrades demonic. Maybe it's time to take Renan in this chaos operation notch. Satipal transcendence lighting bolt eye. Sattercook. Rizaskin or. Now that we've poured boiling water into the end to left, the boss should out on their own. Anderson. Damn it. I thought it was just small commotion and sent some underlings, and they all got wiped out in foe. Just who the hell is it? Out there they interrupt while I'm focusing on magic training. Such petty nuisance. I am Order Vice Leader Vice. Occasionally some petty thieves have wandered in, but this time whoever it is calling quite the ruckus. Rizaskin were vet. These intruders, they've made quite the spectacle. It seems like they're still near BX. They probably don't know I'm here yet. Vasily, I should move under invisibility spell. It'll be odd. Intruders resist can work. Not that guy is. The king of cries is. Jared on escalates. It looks like things are mostly clean now. It seems all visible enemies around us have been taken care of. Napsue with you. Solo bug player, translator, staff proofreader, staff editor, ed staff drawer, staff typesetter, staff quality checker. We are recruiting paid help us with donations, demonic scans or divine hand and Siki. Don't come out quietly, the distortion of mana never lies. Noticing it right away impressive, so. Remaining. Inudokuner come to keep mana detection constantly. You're the active extremely cautious type plat. Really made mess of altered Oki or Kuji. Shard. That guy is definitely vice guy. Enough chaos to completely destroy the temple of corruption for him to appear this timing. This guy is the boss monster Hams we come unknown. The boss of the temple of corruption is nameless demon type monster, so that's Vice's true identity. Killing demon gives no artifact reward level but could get enormous amount of experience instead. Any Paradise player would call the Temple of Corruption the best leveling over. There was no better dungeon for farming. Meaning if defeat Vice here guarantee reaching level, and if that happens Mo. Blessing upon reaching level obtain the Angelus Rings range transcendent great artifact. Get the transcendent Sigrad the artifact the Angelus Ring 9 Loki at me. What are planning Jared Ginfa to Kiyasakuji trying to stall for time? I don't know how got in, but all will die here. I can't just ignore that cone until it'll take you wait. Leave him to me. But exchange I have one favor to ask of you, Hook. Send your companions away first and then to face me alone. Are looking down on me the Vice Archbishop of Umbra. What are plotting? Our stupid must. Would I bother explaining that to you named Katukliat come kill? Transcendence fire lands too. What? Us look hello. Well, that doesn't matter anyway. Why don't just get rid of first and then leisurely chase after them. Look. I'll show true power. Map but fusion into Kuyusko. Aninek oiok. Smoke screen knave humps line up clickoval gimmick hinting Vice's face. Behind mob. Athens. You're quicker than look up. For mage that is humps line utakliu come Vice demon form. No mage has ever seen true form and lived won't be any different. Canoe humps Inuta Klurkami said. Mind if I honest got hideous bath. In so until tear to pieces he demon lips luta. Vice's demon form specializes raw physical power. Mepsul Tukuka fast speed and non-stop attacks are his specialty. He attacks swiftly with the sharp arms sprouting from his back. Reload to chop out in him Tukir or fights coating both hands. Demonic energy, those are most of his patterns. And the most troublesome part is it's useless. He has resistance to offensive magic. Offensive magic won't work on me. Somebody can't defeat me, Jared. Not the one who can't win is you, Vice. What? Fast physical attacks that make struggle and resistance against to offensive magic make it sound like you're invincible, she. But that form of yours has time limit, right? Whips stomach. And to extend that time has to absorb corpses. Lips come, you don't tell me. Just case I burned every corpse lying around, bro. So kept casting fire magic non-stop. It's been 7 years since I last revealed true form. Red curb blue stolka kidakavi and yet know this much about it. Or Black Raven, don't tell me they sold info intending to kill me. Help solo cook of not even a no way too much, but it's not over. He still can't know everything. Ah, and if you're waiting for your goals to feed out of on that what? How do you even know that? They're probably all wiped out now. Impossible, they weren't running away first. I'd say the scouting phase is definitely over now. Vice, I'll give your first and last chance. Spill everything and die without pain or agony until die dynamic. Stop. Wise, he'll give one last chance. We'll spill everything and die painlessly, or we'll die within agonizing pain. But what's it? Give me chance. That's hilarious, really. You can read the chapter on Think You're in Thunder Scans. Come still the one chart here all. We shot. This is sanctuary where teleportation to the outside is forbidden. The thought of helplessly buried and dying here, that's what stem. She make that collapses the dungeon itself. There was nothing like this back paradox too. Emits self-destruction. Even if I run for the exit now, I'm out of time. Your Majesty, August. It's about to collapse. Run, Wadik. What's happening all of a sudden? I explain later, just run. See how Jared, it's too late to run now. This is bad, this place will collapse before we escape, I have to move faster me. Everyone wait, I have idea, Lena lift me, carried the chapter on and thunder scans come here. It'll cast shield to protect, so Maya will use her magic to lift us, and will it work? This is the only way to get out before it collapses. Evil, I'm counting on you, guide us to the exit. Is it really okay to make Cat do this nazy? Here we mummy. Fuck, close out. Where are we? Is this the king's bedroom? Level I'd upgraded I truth D through all excuses any form but the original. All you huge forget longer confuse you illusion blotch optical allergen using magic like mirror image longer work you manifested illuming. Unlike the real body will appear blue image vice had been defeated, you have acquired the title, they overcame the third reward for acquiring the title, you have obtained partial map trading, have obtained a certain path to both fourth, there was great labyrinth, the reward for defeating vice A mind's eye skill has gotten a lot more useful, but I get the feeling the system is trying to push me towards the great labyrinth at top. Adelrid click if I did the transcendence great did I magic power did as physical defense option magical defense data option stamina petit agility data charm option e growth fatish the growth rate of all individual have maximum readability loyalty the uteri double the tide hard cut designate double their experience point equated option advanced learning infused with the magical knowledge angel you will comprehend the knowledge and application all magic either furthermore all first related class advancement or wave did evil hunter when eliminating the enemy blessed evil you can annihilate the evil will however the opposite cage angelus will be annihilated. The reward for hitting level or more the angelus rings these options are insane this is legal cheat key. You can read the chapter on in thunder scans come the way I really thought I was going to die I thought I was going to be flattened like pancake the end of that was scary. That was truly crazy stunt don't ever make your pet do something like that again stupid owner near. Aka took in the chapter on and thunder scans come heated. The real is it slowly being moved up this feels ominous. The originally scheduled Holy Demon War was March carried the chapter on and thunder scans come which means it's been moved almost years. Still its relief give accomplished quite bit could say things are working out better than expected. Last empire has been founded. After conquering the sanctuary of corruption focused on strengthening the kingdom's internal affairs and building power the year there was northern war broke out against the Bonus and Mark's kingdoms. The Bonus and Mark's kingdoms expected all attacks had to come land else Trivia Mafia sub kingdom in lays by examine Mark's Bonus I kingdom the Trivia army used this to their advantage sending detachment land as diversion while the main army deterred sea. Thanks to Admirals Luke and Genius securing complete naval control the incompetent admirals of the Bonus and Mark's kingdoms lost all their ships and were routed. With the sea route secured enabling smooth supply line the two kingdoms having lost even their last standing mage corps were ultimately forced to fade into the annals of history. Were banished to the Forest of Nightmares located the northern borderlands. Fitting exile for those who easily abandoned their people. I declared empire and even got approval from the Pope from now on it's the Moravian Empire Your Majesty Cervix requests audience. I am took in the chapter on and thunder scans come send him in. Your Majesty carried the chapter on and thunder scans. This is Rekish I rest here as I have something urgent to report. This is Rekish I rest whereas I have something urgent to report. Urgent report, what is it? Your Majesty, we have finally finished wiping out all the remnants. I returned to deliver the news to Your Majesty as quickly as possible. Geez, I was worried it was bad news. Must be tired from here to hear the full report later. Get some rest for now. You can read the chapter on in thunder scans. Come, thank you, Your Majesty. So, the next matter he'll report on information regarding the overall situation on the West continent. As Your Majesty is well aware, the West continent be broadly divided into three. First is the North, where Trivia Empire is now complete control of the North Tatar Island. Red Goblins Trivia Domain Sake Empire up Azuapol alone columns I Nap Spain and Lily Myceme the best aside from Tatar Island and the Red Goblins domain it's all imperial territory. Looking the map it really hits home how vast territory has become. It is all thanks to Your Majesty's great achievements. Second is the central region. Some old red goblins say trivia. Domain empire come or kingdom of Louis Cinders snap Spain sue the kingdom ask of Cinders is Dava position way made that surrounded or homeland's territory. It looks like child holding umbrella because of that some are even suggesting we urge the kingdom of Cinders to become vassal. That's matter for me to decide it, so let's move on. Care the chapter on I intend in Thunder Scans to give it plenty of thought. To continue, besides the Kingdom of Cinders there are two other nations, the central region that border Empire trivia values Kingdom of Empire Cinders Navy Mylar Jello Sigma Space Best Guy Us Glens Empire Bel Intimal Not Empire Eden Bip Soxy Pukes P they are the sealed Intimal Empire Kenret chapter on in Thunder Scans come and Lens Empire. Intimolentos. Names that felt distant are now on borders. The Intimal Empire has conquered both the Lys and Levantan kingdoms even though they surrendered early. It said they beheaded the royal families down to the ninth cousin. Bloody period. I see the war was rooted deep conflict, so it seems there was a lot of lingering resentment. The Lens Empire has taken control of the Intusk's kingdoms. Apparently Duke Paladin and even Stephen's contributions were overwhelming that war. Those two kingdoms had friendly relations with the Lens Empire, so they must have surrendered early. I heard the kings and their families were promised decent future, right? Yes, they were given fiefdoms and consideration to live out their lives peace. Surprising decision for warmongering emperor and his duke. It's all just for show. Who knows when they'll frame them for something and purge them. Why, those bastards are masters of scamming and slander. The continent's wars of conquest are happening faster than I thought. Finally, the southern region, Valentia Kingdom. First, Valentia, the southeast, is maintaining its neutrality as always. The only place the south with no changes in is the Brasilia Empire, name located north of Valentia. Sales Speakeasy Brasilia Weekme Empire Kidvax Tlaxapipe Valentia Kingdom. They've had prolonged famine recently, so they probably don't have the luxury of looking outward. The Desmond Mobocracy, the southwest, has completely subjugated the Armenia of Mobocracy. Mobocracy Desmondly Empire Muck Mobocracy Armenia Birds of Feather. It was expected that the Mobocracies would band together. Yes, your majesty, and the most surprising development is the Mantrid Empire. I presume you can read the chapter on in Thunder Skanskum. Yes, the Mantrid Empire, which unified all 6 of the small kingdoms on the eastern coast. Sikindad Alebi Bucks Donix Speaks and Missops Mobocracy We Brasilia Desmond Union Me Empire of small empire kingdoms. Enema Mantra Valentia Empire Kingdom as its nation that enforces strict isolationist policy. It's difficult to obtain any more information. Even I know very little about the Mantrid Empire. It was country that was barely even mentioned back the Paradise days. The updates for its related story and content were just marked coming soon for months on end. News game info media guides community notices coming soon. He died before that update ever came, so have total gap information. Can't even tell if they're holy empire that follows the gods or mobocracy that follows evil god of all things. It had to be isolationist national. The continent is now era of empires and kingdoms reality. Those two kingdoms don't have the national power to threaten their neighbors, so it's effectively Kenret chapter on become and Thunder Scans come battle between the empires. Agree with your raises assessment trivia. The north Intimal and Lens the center in this Mantra and Brasilia the south. This is the point where the intense mind games between these 6 empires will begin. War fought with fallout strength short period of time. The other empires can't be much different. Now is the time to catch breath. For at least the next 6 months. During that time I need to focus on internal affairs and build national strength again. And I'd also need to find the Umbra Church executors who vanished recently. I have to rip them out the roots for. Come to think of it, tomorrow is the day of the Radius Holy State's relocation ceremony, isn't it not? Remembered, your majesty. The new holy temple for His Holiness the Pope has already been built. The Snare's sacred land oak. There was no opposition from the Brasilia Empire, so things proceeded without hitch. Honestly, I was some diplomatic friction or conflict, but I'm relieved it all worked out more easily than I thought. Bringing the Radius Holy State into the Empire provides huge benefits. Malays, there are many perks just from being close to the Holy State and good amount of growth points too. Things went smoothly. It almost makes me suspicious. Cared the chapter on welfare and Thunder Scans. Come now, we'll just assume it's a good thing. Of the next day, Snare's sacred land. Look over there, His Holiness the Pope has arrived. Long live His Majesty the Emperor, long live His Holiness the Pope. Here the chapter on in Thunder Scans come. and read the chapter on in Thunderscan scum. First, I would like to take this opportunity to behalf of all express gratitude to His Majesty the Emperor of the Trivia Empire who has prepared place for a holy state this blessed sacred land of the continent. His Majesty the Emperor has found all 5 of the church lost holy relics. It was great deed that once relieved the sorrow of all believers. Furthermore, he conducted large-scale purge of the Emperor cult faction of the dark cult, and thanks to this achieved the great result of crippling the dark cult's power. The time has come for all holy nations of the West continent to gather their strength as one, and it is only right that they unite under the Trivia Empire. In the name of Ammoniac Spy, the current Pope of the Radius, from this moment forward, I hereby formally declare that the Radius Holy State has perfectly relocated to this near sacred land. May the Lord God's blessings and joy be with the Trivia Empire total. OK. Long live the Trivia Empire, long live the Radius Holy State of. Long live His Holiness the Pope, long live His Majesty the Emperor too. Well, you can read the chapter on in Thunderscan scum. It's finally here. The 4 special perks that come with the Holy State's proclamation. It's finally here, the 4 special perks that come with the proclamation of the Holy State. Shall we take look them? 1. Divine power. The leader right transferred. Target Hayes. Congratulating Target Hayes has entered the realm of the divine girl. That girl, she's going to come running to me later with dumbfounded look on her face. I imagine it already. Divine 6 realms where even mental suppression magic or curses be repelled with healing power. It means she now counter mental type skills. Other words, the dark cult's little schemes just got a lot harder to pull off now. Then let's check the next perk. The Jilted Fern. The Pope laying gaff enabled the Pope's laying on of hands. Now both the Agrastic Knight Order and the Limits Mage be corpse equipped with divine power. That's crucial stay for the upcoming Holy Demon War. I'll be huge help. Tuck in the chapter on in Thunderscan scum. The 3rd Fear. Matthew Cooperation. The Pose Bow High Priest. The crafting divine power artifact becomes people target monder. The meat suitable buckle and crafting rate expected. The Earth Fairy there. Once mentored the Pope sincere faith have Athena keep interest you multiply wish reveal there have formed group bestow blessing magic power increases plus now noise create divine over artifacts whenever he wants. And increase the magic power state. I'd usually need transcendence or artifact to get boost like that. Long live the snare sacred lands holy state proclamation of. Here the chapter on in Thunderscan scum. The aroma is wonderful. Is this KX pedal scared? The chapter on in Thunderscan scum. How that is correct have key knows. Of course I do. It's something I look for often. I'm sure Your Majesty went out of your way to prepare this. I simply grateful. Now that we've enjoyed the team, I should finish what I was saying. What are referring to? Your Majesty, fighting alone against the darkness is truly lonely path. Your Holiness, that is how shall we call it, the intuition of believer. That is precisely I bringing this up. This will likely be heavier topic than usual. It is about the dark cult. This represents the current influence of the dark cult across the West continent. Can Isponsa debuted momentum like I runs paparas matsuin, kilet my madly berry Suzuki sin puppet minds pick stacks mulab skull uapolik I may morals. Math divided strictly into black and white. It's quite binary. Does this show the distribution of the Holy Order versus the dark cult? Indeed, following the Great War 1,000 years ago, they are preparing for second war between the demon realm and the human realm. Your Majesty already knew this fact, which has made your move, isn't it? Yes, that's correct. Here the chapter on in Thunderscan scum. As expected, intuition was correct. Must have been struggling all alone this whole time. Now please take a look this solo. Elite dude never ruined Bexel few elsters 8 bay men. This isn't tell me are these the locations of the underground altars? How did your holiness are showing this to me? Order paid heavy price and made many sacrifices to complete this map preparation for the upcoming holy demon war. The dark cult is evil group seeking to satisfy their own greed, manifesting the demon king watching subjugate them. Your Majesty, I finally made decision. Shard on escapes. Immediate the chapter on in Thunderscans come let. Are the one I have judged that are the hero who will save this world. Beginning certainly wasn't ordinary. The life of ordinary office workers Shin Taepung. Flipped to the life of Lord Jared overnight. And with all the knowledge of inside head to boot, but I've never once thought of myself as hero of paradise. I'd only came this far to stop the ruinous future and survive. but this noble Pope. All the popes throughout history, including myself, have always waited for a hero like your majesty to appear. The chapter on and thunder scans come. I deeply moved that I was able to meet that hero generation. I see countless gods blessing the path walk, great king. Therefore I wish to give your majesty final gift. Your holiness, what is take? He's not just giving blessing, this feels like he's handing over his everything. The chapter on and thunder scans come. Damn, I can't pull hand away, stop this. Your holiness. I let. Your holiness. The moment I have been waiting for has finally arrived. All that I have built preparation for the coming day of judgment. It is time to entrust it. The chapter on and thunder scans come. Your holiness, your appearance with the world, everyone grows old. I was only able to maintain you through the grace of Lord Radius, and now I have simply returned to natural state. I was shocked. Alright, honor, do not worry too much. Long held wish to find the right person to pass this power to has finally been fulfilled. More importantly, your majesty, do feel the change that has occurred. Carried the chapter on and thunder scans come. I know everything, so please do not hesitate to check the changes. That hand gesture, don't tell me. He knows about the status. I'd already know everything, so don't be ahead and check the changes. Ah, he knew everything, but His Holiness kept it to himself out of consideration for me this whole time. I'm truly grateful for that. Now then, shall I check the changes? Eye of Radius now instantly identify members of the dark cult upon sights. No disguise or divine power conversion device hide their true nature even against those under the protection on ill code. Bypass their protection, then pierce through other internal information with your mind, saying, the eye of God. Eye that strips away lies and pierces through to the essence. This is basically what this neither cheat code leader nor any straight up code, isn't it? Into the above them escape gaze. What the hell I thinking? Let's check the next window. Camera chapter on and thunder scans come. Blessing of Radius. Divine power is infused into all offensive options resource. This divine power is blessing itself, not you, so it consumes none of your own divine power stats. As a result, all physical and magical attacks are infused with divine power, dealing additional damage. Thus is never give even heard of buff like this back paradox. I draw divine power directly from the prime god for attacks criticality and deal extra damage on every hit. That's permanent damage multipliers. Did I hand over such tremendous buff readily? Seeing your reaction makes me proud. Must have gained power that will be of great help. I was focused, I forgot His Holiness was even here. Let's hurry and check the rest. A prime god Radius has taken deep interest in you, however he demands one condition to meet his expectations and trusts the majority of the gods of good alignment have begun to watch you. They also demand several conditions to meet their expectations and trust you. Satisfy the goals below the interest of Radius, and the other gods will turn into blessings. The goals are as follows: level or higher, class or higher, conquer the floor or higher of the was great labyrinth, destroy a branch of the dark cult. I can't achieve these conditions right now, but I get the picture. The moment I accomplish these goals, will be granted the protection and power of countless gods. So, here the chapter on and thunder scans. Your Majesty, the wheel of fate has now shifted to you. Please take care of the fate of the West continent. I will do best to ensure your Holiness's sacrifice is not vain. It is the great king who is making the sacrifice, not I. Are not betting your entire destiny on the coming war. Your Majesty, please live your life faithfully as Jared. If you do, perhaps wonderful reward will be waiting for one day. What do you mean that the chapter on and thunder scans come? Perhaps just the ramblings of old man. Private audience with the Pope. So much has changed, such short meeting. The map of the dark altar side and the amount of divine power field body is overflowing compared to before. Jared strength, stamina, magic power, wisdom, agility, charm. Left man defy magic power is already looking go. Ooh. If I raise magic power just little more, I use decapole transcendence even with F-class magic. Magic defense is over. I'm practically immune to magic to the class, and with physical defense simple swords, spears or arrows won't do thing. It's a bit of bummer that the Mind's Eye upgrade was the only highlight of the level range, but the chapter on and thunder scans come. With this much power, I'd be certain now condensation core one-time Eder gemstone that allowed teleportation the central part of the Umbra underground altar. The Mako cult might be too much, but I definitely handle the Umbra church alone. Annoy. Time to end this. What the hell is that? Here the chapter on and thunder scans come. Later we have big problem, please open the door. Chef cared the chapter on and thunder scans come. What is going on that you're making such racket? I specifically told not to disturb Magi training Linda, leader of the Umbra Church of the Dark Cult. An intruder has appeared, and he used method involving artifact that is from. What mean enemy has invaded the heart of our church, eh? Who is he? More importantly, leader, I'm terribly sorry to tell this, but stop stalling and speak once. Well, the Black Knight commander fell to the intruder's attack. Uleko. So here, Linda. I assumed you'd be the Central District, but I guess I was wrong. Took me a while to find because of that. The Trivia Empire's Emperor. Shard cared the chapter on and thunder scans come. Surprise attack using the church teleportation artifact. How to know? Let's just say I have ways. Well, I didn't know your exact location, so I had to ask around to find way here. Black Knight commander was his name, Black Mantis. I had suspicions, but it turned out to be true. To think Black Mantis would down so easily. This is a blessing the evil god Prati. Being applied. A blessing of the evil god Paris being applied. Blessings from two evil gods same time. So, is from two evil gods once. Her agility and strength stats skyrocketed as she channeled her demonic energy. She is at least twice as strong as Vice. Cannot defeat me. Jared can read the chapter on and thunderscans come. Even if I fall, our plan does not end here. I know we're just the beginning. Ever heard the saying? Everyone has plan until they get smacked the face at. Today is the day we hold the state funeral for the Trivia Emperor. Sheen Lightning Kale. Shield not body modifications. Ilk on the chapter and thunder scan scum. As tough as artifact sword. These dark cult based stars are body modification, some kind of passive skill for them. Linda's advantage is the massive fluctuation her stats, but that comes the cost of self-control. Other words, she unleashes explosive power, but she is unstable. Prolonged battle, yeah. Instead of the usual hit and run tactics, I need to focus greeting variables on the end chapter on thunder scan sim job. Present frame yards. Permanent freezing magic that won't melt unless dispel is used. What'll create variable with this? Heck, you could do tricks. Turning predictable constant into unpredictable variable. The conditions to drag this into chaotic melted are set. The real fight starts now. The chapter on and thunder scans come also. Sure, was he always this strong? Just 3 years he once even on the cult's hit list, but now he's more dangerous than the Pope. Warning, now underestimate this firewall, and you'll regret it. To jump over it carelessly, and you'll into Human Torch. The chapter on Linda, let's and thunder scans come finish this. Finish, don't make me laugh, fight has only just begun. What this follower strike will end you, Jer. Bring it on to. On the come chapter in thunder scans. I did it, I have finally killed Jared. Love joy, a great recovery. Shouldn't have let your guard down until the very end. Oh. You'd re-IRX gen and fame, sir. Here at the chapter on and thunder scans come. Great recovery, currently unavailable, cooldown, hours, minutes remaining. Of joy usage completed, no longer be used on yourself, ended using of joy after all. Well, thanks to that I took out Linda. Here the chapter on and thunder scans come. Finally, being worthy of becoming the ultimate vessel has appeared. Join. So the evil gods, what kind of crap are babbling? Join us, be one with Flu. You ape flawless vessel, petted even was accepts stand, we shall grant you even greater poem. Insulus ring option, evil god hunter. When eliminating enemy, blessed evil can annihilate the evil god will, however the opposite cage angel will be annihilated. It's so disgusting I can't stand it. And with the chapter on and thunder scan scum. What the? How dare you? Or how is this happening? This can't be. Space real me. Even for God, death must be scary. Have eliminated that evil and acquired the title Arbiter. You can expect additional damage against the blessed evil, though that's nice. You have acquired the title. The one overcame the Earth crisis. Reward acquiring the title. Have obtained partial map twisting the island. With this I make it to the floor of the great labyrinth without getting lost. Wing it belongs to Lightning. Who is the demonic energy so thick? Uzi is this artifact for demonic energy training. If normal person tried to use this they'd be corrupted the energy instantly. I guess there's only one person who handled this ring perfectly. Well, putting that aside, carried the chapter on in Thunder Scans. The best start is there. Everyone gather. Intruder has defiled the sacred altar kept. Shall I finish taking out the trash? This Mand Empire. The underground altar of the Umbra was destroyed. That guys, Jared is no ordinary person. How do you think Jared secured the route to the underground altar? It is merely guessed, your majesty, but I suspect Gazelle, whom we used and discarded, may have handed over darkness condensation core to Jared. Or perhaps he killed Gazelle and took it. He's the one who called himself Angel and demanded executive seat the Mako cult exchange for his betrayal. Correct, your majesty. During the process of kicking him out there was incident where one darkness condensation core was lost, so there was loose end left and tied. I have no excuses. What's done is done. Lost sorted. Jared killed Linda, Black Mantis and even Vice. Yes, he destroyed the entire altar single-handedly. How the entire interior collapsed from explosions, leaving no trace. It seems he knew the structure details. Lotto. Was it the Pope's doing? It seems highly likely it happened right around the time the Holy State was relocated after all. That cursed brat. He carried the chapter on in Thunder Scan scum. What about the influx of demonic energy? It has decreased exactly. This rate, even with the manifestation the altar provides to the demonic beasts, will be capped. That Jared based or he interferes every turn and gets on nerves. The power of the demonic energy gathering the dark altar is crucial. If all the dark altars are destroyed, the demonic beasts will be forced to descend into relatively weaker bodies. That means the battle, which would have been absolute dominance for the Demon King's army, will turn into even match. It seems the time has come to properly target Jared's life as well as the Pope's life, which we've been postponing. It is time to activate the arrangements we've scattered across the continent. There will be nothing better for us time. Furthermore, have someone track Jared's every move. Even the trivial things leave nothing now understood. Yes, your majesty. The chapter on and Thunder Scans come. Mage Tower Master, I have report. What is it? Pliable Emperor Jared of the Trivia Empire and large delegation are reportedly heading toward the land of the Great Elf's Tale. What is that? True, it must be the Hawkins Merchant Guild has joined them on large scale. The opportunity has come sooner than expected. EQ haha. Ivino. Took in the chapter on and Thunder Scans. Your Majesty, thank once again for taking such deep interest us Grey Elves. No need for thanks. Give wanted to build good relationship with the Great Elves for a time. I'd only waited until now because I thought needed time to build ya. I heard this was the first time the Council of Elders unanimously agreed to exchange. Really, I am curious about the reason. Could tell me, of course, Bay. First story of experiencing dazzling growth under your majesty and a story of how risked your life to save Lord Formed are well known. And the fact that the only nation the Dark Elves have established diplomatic ties with is your majesty empire played huge part the decision. Ah, the Dark Elves. Come to think of it, Ski is the singlet. If Ski hadn't worked so hard, improving relations with the Dark Elves might have been difficult. Ours that I feel kind of the chapter on and Thunder Scans come not Akin have every right to be proud. Yeah. The Grey Elves have unique system. It is the acting king's system. Even if Grey Elf succeeds the throne from their predecessor, they must undergo probationary period. During this period, the king's voting power is strictly limited to while the remaining is held a council of elders. The current successor of the Great Elves is Tranquillist, though he hasn't had his official coronation yet. To also Tranquillist, I recall hearing he is close siblings. They say he's exceptionally handsome even for elves too. Honestly, I bit curious. Carried the chapter on and Thunder Scans come. I've arrived, your majesty. We have been waiting for you. We meet last, great king. Rather. Welcome home. Everyone has been waiting for you. Oh, pardon manners, it's delicacy now. Please guide our guests to the castle. Right this way, your majesty. So, touching reunion between mother and daughter. The chapter on and Thunder Scans come. Welcome ceremony. Welcome ceremony. Ola Bail. Your Majesty, thank for accepting request for private audience. Not all, I was just starting to miss quiet setting like this. I heard completely annihilated the Umbra recently. You can read the chapter on Is It True in Thunderscanscom even personally executed their leader. That is correct. Officially the Umbra no longer exists. All their altars have been destroyed as well. Oh, that is truly impressive. The dark cult is torn aside of us grey elves as well. The elders were practically lining to your praises. How flatter me, Key. Actually this happened recently, but envoy from the dark cult visited kingdom. Rather don't tell me made alliance with the dark. Have lost your mind. I would rather cut off own hand than shake hands with demon. What kind of alliance were they seeking? Primarily they wanted mutual non-aggression pact. Are aware of the blood ritual. A pact that absolutely be never broken. You mean? Would I ever agree to such ridiculous condition? I refused immediately. Of course do they. For the unlike his sister he's quite refreshing and straightforward with his words. Take what else, Grey? Away, Your Majesty. Thank once again cared the chapter on and Thunderscanscom for teaching Clouseau. I wouldn't call it teaching. I actually tried to stop her quite a bit when she and Lady Ella insisted on experiencing the human world. The memory is still fresh. First I was very suspicious of Your Majesty because for ordinary human male it is easy to harbor impure thoughts when female elf is nearby. He's not wrong. People do have strange fantasies about elves. Usually it's envy and admiration, but to some they are just objects of desire. I've heard there are mercenaries who kidnap elves to sell them for money. Rather His Majesty isn't like that. Cared the chapter on and Thunderscanscom, but after watching Yoke I realized Your Majesty is truly different. I saw that supported sister with pure heart and helped her potential blossom fully. Through Volkloken writing about your letters, brother, that was secret between us. How was that so? Oh dear, what to do? Give already said it all, Yoke. Rather try. Okay. I have watched for time, Your Majesty, and I felt your sincerity. How treated Chloe. Thanks for recognizing that of wonderful sister. Indeed, if she were the eldest she would have ascended the throne. You can read the chapter on in Thunderscanscom. I king who still lacks many ways, so I lack the strength to face this alone. Your Majesty, that trust showed Chloe could show it to Grey Elf tribe as well. Tranquilist, he's more decisive than I thought. Took in brief chapter on of course in Thunderscanscom. His proposal is more than welcome. The blessed land of the great elves name me king, and their exceptional combat pupils' skills are optimized for the holy demon war desk. Especially the great elves' unique archery magic used conjunction with spirit magic is unique domain that no one else dares to imitate. Actually I requested this meeting for the exact same reason. Though that case. On the honor and name of Arabia I promise cooperation with the great elves. This far came at the chapter on and Thunderscans. I look forward to working with you likewise. Recently black orc incursions have become frequent or borders. A point to note here is the weaponry the black orcs are. Was there something took in the chapter on and Thunderscans unusual about them? It looks like they went through double or triple cross-processing, but there were traces of Desmond Empire blacksmiths that they failed to hide completely. For the more significant number of these weapons have flowed to orcs and trolls other regions. There is no doubt the Empire is backing the black orcs from the shadows. It seems large number of dark wizards were also brought during the process. There is definitely something more than just cooperation here. Large number of dark wizards and something more than cooperation. You can read the chapter on in Thunderscanscom. Don't tell me these bastards was that their plot. So, Dark Altar. The altar is essentially trace facility. The cult accumulates evil demonic energy here and utilizes as energy source for demonic beasts during the Holy Demon War. Something more than cooperation surely. It must be the Dark Altar. It seems the Empire is finally making its move. Earnest opinion. The chapter on in Thunderscanscom. Your Majesty Jared. Salome's Eric. Brother cared the chapter on in Thunderscanscom. In she. In. Demonic beasts outbreak here. Oh. Brother Clohawk. Blue snap out of Atlee the chapter on in Thunderscanscom. How did this happen? Outbreak the Grey Elf Royal Castle of all places. First we need to stop them from getting outside. Kielbisi Kerchi. Oh. Shall we change the plan bit? Mother. The chapter on in Thunderscans. What is going on all of suddenly? To think such tragic event. That is. What on earth is that? Your Majesty, we're all here. Your Majesty, that is surely. Why the giant demonic beast we encountered the demon realm, you abomination. Son, what happened to Lord Tranquilist carried the chapter on and thunderscans come. It was too sudden of attack, I sorry. That can't be. I'll explain the details later, but for now everyone must use their full strength to stop the beast's demons might appear too. Demons easy mean actual demons are coming. It's sudden, but it seems the threat of the demon race has become reality. To dare launch surprise attack on the Great Elf Royal Castle and assassinate the king. Another. Annihilate every last one of those filthy beasts who dare to kill king. All forces attack. And read the chapter on and thunderscans come. Oh. Everyone ready, as command, we are ready anytime, Your Majesty. Leave the defense to me, I will always follow Your Majesty's orders. The chapter on and thunderscans come me to Your Majesty. From now on we are protecting the home of the great elves, don't let single monster get outside. Last Chloe still have work left to do. Yes, Your Majesty. Archers ready, archery magic. Or you can read the chapter on and thunderscans come. Do not fall back, stop them from leaving the castle grounds. Walk. Of ones that thanks to the great elves and comrades, the demonic beasts are being pushed back. Can read the chapter on and thunderscans come. Dragging this out any longer is dangerous. He'll finish them all once before they regroup. The target is right front of the portal where the beasts are clustered. Decouple transcendence chain lightning. Codas. That is His Majesty Jared. What incredible magic is that, the power held the Emperor of the Trivia Empire. You can read the chapter on and thunderscans come. All forces distance yourselves from the demonic beasts immediately. Everyone fall back. Soon. Did I put too power into that? Is it over? Your Majesty, you can read the chapter on and thunderscans come. Great work, Your Majesty, thanks everyone. As expected of Your Majesty, attack magic magnificent, the power was terrifying, heart trembled even though the strike was aimed at the enemy. I had heard of Your Majesty's reputation, but it truly lives to the name. You can read that chapter on and thunderscans come. Thanks to you, we were able to defeat the demonic beasts with minimal casualties. On behalf of all great elves, I offer granite. The wait isn't the portal disappearing, it's still there. That is certainly strange, Aka. What is that, the state of the dimensional gate? What? I suddenly immense pressure. I feel terrifying amount of demonic energy. This even stronger demonic beast coming out. And read the chapter on and thunderscans come. Wensper. Can read the chapter on and thunderscans come. Is this the human realm's way of welcoming guests? That guy web. Warning, true dead ranked with the top has revealed itself. Currently the ranked dead, it's a bit dusty for welcome greeting. Cheers. Our boy can read the chapter on and thunderscans come. Can read the chapter on and thunderscans come. Did we get him? Not, the demonic energy hasn't disappeared yet. That tickles. Defensive force field, so that was the reason normal attacks weren't working at. Yes. That operation I mentioned before, I think it's time to use it. Although never fought Kerman directly, the main story, remember guys who used similar patterns mad. Prime example was Autumn, the demon boss of the dungeon barracks of the army. Thanks to that, 5 come with the appropriate calculations to counter Kerman. The keyword for conquering Kerman is divine power. So, is that operation I mentioned before, I think it's time to use it. Fireworks display, know what I mean, right? You can read chapter on and thunderscans. Yes, I understand. Justice can't conquer dungeon with improvisation alone, always need to know the strategy to deal with variables. The plan I prepared with haste beforehand, is finally time to test it out. Slow protect haze with the others. Yes, Your Majesty. Now then, shall we start the operation? Everyone attack, we will avenge great king. S2. Transcendence wind cutter. Outpouring. I have no interest small. Kingdom's warriors were defeated single blow. It feels just like exterminating swarm of insects. Into pull transcendence dimension door. What are these? Herman, I will stop. You can read the chapter and Thundes can scum you. Oh, no name, that's intriguing even though I have no idea who are. Even if you don't know name, there's no way don't know what kind of being I am, right? This smell I see, so you're the one who killed Stars. Say what about it? Stars was loser who wasn't even treated like proper demon. I guess you're a bit different. You can look at the chapter on Thundes can scum. Instead of babbling, don't move, you damn human. If I had tried to dodge relying only on sight, I would have definitely been caught. He's even faster than lightning was back then. The important thing right now is to buy time. Form of highly concentrated divine power to obtain methods similar to spirit bomb. For that purpose I prepared magic stones specially crafted to condense divine power beforehand. To detonate the maximally condensed divine power light bomb is successful, I ignored the monster's recovery awakening phases and instant kill it. Cheese strategy called the divine power check back the Paradise days. Originally it was hard to pull off because monsters would target the healer first. But I have to hold Kerman back with everything you've got until Hayes raise her divine power to the limit. Dodge well like they. I have always had knack for dodging. The boring prodding phase is over. Kerman, you can lethal charter mine and Thundeskins. Let's get to the main event. Deep, what the hell is this? I heard human makes class magic was insignificant, but what is this power? Yusa foolishly showing your back. Unpleasant, truly unpleasant. Even if I do strike with high speed, his power is at least 5 times stronger than standard class. Plus attack timing is being disrupted countless portals. It's extremely annoying. Look, quite relaxed, damn human. Rather than relaxed, I'm just a little surprised. What do you mean? Since you're ranked I had some expectations, but you're more insignificant than I thought, seeing as can't even escape single swamp of dimension gates. Hatakin a lethal chapter on Thundeskanskam, what truly arrogant human being. Seaman's attacks are powerful individually, but his attack patterns are simple, so he's easy to deal with. Buying time won't be difficult. Can't be helped, and I wanted to save this power if possible, but you can let that chapter on Thunderskanskam. Guys are always like that, could just fight with your full strength from the start, but always say it's secret weapon or whatever. And save I. Shapa. The reason enemies undergo mutation is simple, like. During mutation, they become vulnerable to attacks, but return the benefits they gain are enormous. How much holy power has Hayes gathered? Say no, meaning buy me little more time. How is the things even moving like that, mate? But then before the mutation finishes, it'll take maximum advantage. Scan sort of the burst damage window. Option guarantee disintegration for seconds, sets all enemy defense stats to cooldown hours no matter who the opponent is. This technique is guaranteed to work. Dave, what kind of trick is this now? The mutation process requires intense concentration. Karachi will stop the mutation and respond, or will endure the damage and attempt to complete the mutation. Sansor. Olaf. What monstrous bastard, you chose to complete the mutation after all this point. All we just stall for as long as possible. So. Your Majesty. Do not waver, do what must. His Majesty is buying time because he trusts completely. Whether it is regrettable that we great owls cannot assist scans, or right now what His Majesty needs most is your ability, is it not? That's right, if I hesitate here His Majesty will be in danger. Even though wave of dizziness threatens to knock me down any second, can't afford to collapse here. I must succeed. He entrusted this to me, believing melt. Hey, you did it. Your Majesty, I'm ready. I do. Here, look away, the middle of battle scans for it. Well done, Hayes. Yes, leave the rest to me. So buying time was part of the plan. Sphere of holy power condensed to extreme density. The amount is enough to make one dizzy. 8. Well, it doesn't matter. They'll finish here. His skins or die. But there's one thing I haven't told yet. Sorry, but the name of this operation is One Strike Certain Kill. This is impossible, So. His scans or the demon it exploded single hit. Was the demon core's durability reached its limit? Well, was holy power strong enough to overshut demon lie and the same time level up and title acquisition? Let's see. Demon Hunter rank excluding the Demon King. For each demon within the top ranks, defeated points are accumulated each time the Demon Hunter value increases. The owner's primary state mana increases. Disciples connected through the Master Disciple system receive to all stats. Current Demon Hunter. What generous demon, I like it very much. Your Majesty, oh haste, it's all thanks to you, excellent work. Your Majesty, behind you, look behind you, behind. What? I wasn't dead, don't tell me it's reviving. Impressive, insignificant humans scans, or who are you? And the Demon King transcended, being one that the likes of cannot even hope to approach. So, if the Demon King extraordinary existence that the likes of cannot even dare to approach. And is that so? What's funny to Canonical chapter Thunder scans come. It's just seeing guy who doesn't even have the guts to show his true body and not acting all high and mighty. You're overflowing with confidence. Are you already on victory just because defeated two mere demons? Think whatever want. Cease your futile efforts, no matter how struggle there's gap that cannot be bridged. Say if you want to talk about the past, holy demon, were better think again. It promised to become loyal servants. Even now I will promise all eternal life, wealth and glory and overwhelming power. If wish I even resurrect the dead great elf king, I have more than enough power to do so. Stop spouting nonsense. Even if bring him back, then what? Kill him as please, and now want to revive him or to hand up thrones the demon realm or something. After appeasing us like that, you'll just force sacrifices upon us like the demons and monsters that died today. Are wrong. That is simply proving one's worth. It is merely the duty that loyal servants must fulfill. Is that then? Come here yourself and prove your worth. Don't just run your mouth from behind, come fight us yourself. Negotiations have broken down. If you like it, look forward to seeing how long those confident expressions will last. If desire death that much, I have nothing more to say. I shall take leave now. I will be eagerly awaiting the day we meet again. Queen Olaf. 1. We won't talk, we defeated them up. Yimali 1. We would have been trouble without you. Thank much, it was only right for me to help. I'm glad are safe. You can let the chapter run in Thunder scans. The chaos caused the demon invasion, and the sudden death of the king brought great shock to the great elf society, which had been peaceful for hundreds of years. However, even amidst the confusion, the throne could not be left empty, so the elders of the great elves immediately entered meeting. The result of the meeting was unanimous, and the next successor of the great elves was decided. Great Elf Kingdom Temporary Royal Palace. The Queen of Silence Glow. The Great Elf Queen, who appears throughout the first half of the story. Originally she ascends to the throne years after the outbreak of the Holy Demon War. Again, Tranquilly's death was also the cause. The end fate flawed according to history. I've been trying to change the determined future, but didn't foresee this happening. You can now let the chapter run in Thunder scans. Look. Your Majesty, the Queen, His Majesty, the Emperor of Trivia has arrived. Please let him in. Oh. Your Majesty, Jared. As the Elder mentioned once again on behalf of the Great Elves, thank you. I'm sorry I couldn't protect Lord Tranquillist. Have nothing to blame yourself for. Did your best, Your Majesty. Rather the fall lies heavily with the Great Elves for putting danger. You can let the chapter on in Thunder scans. I sincerely apologize. But that is way fall might be even greater. Decided return after, so I might have let guard down. Because of that I couldn't protect family comrades or Your Majesty. I have failed. That's not true. If I were similar situation I would have been the same, anyone would have been. Don't blame yourself, Chloe, are always your precious comrade. If I be of help to you, I will step to help any time. You can now let the chapter on in Thunder scans. Your Majesty, lastly I'd ask for one favor. Me tightly and warmly, just like what someone truly love. You can now let the chapter on in Thunder scans come. Like I really told Majesty of. It's time to leave now, stay close. I will definitely write to often even after we return. Hayes K. It's not like we're parting forever, so the face see again Chloe, will see each other again soon. I look forward to the day we meet again. Make sure don't let your skills rusty. Excuse me, Lady Chloe's queen now, so please show some respect. Everyone. Thank you, men and Thogascan school. Until the day we meet again. I hope everyone stays safe. Vidya. I believe this incident must have been great shock to everyone. I have to tell you, but before that, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. Your Majesty, about what kind of situation are we currently in? Demon invasion and even entity calling himself the Demon King. We are simply confused. Seems it is time to give more thick dirt and an even detailed explanation. It was story I had to tell eventually, but I think the time has come. This is everything I know about the situation. The dark cult and the demon realm, to think it was even connected to the Holy Demon War. So the reason you've been working so hard all this time was to prepare for Holy Demon War that might happen again. Your Majesty, how hard it must have been for alone. I should have realized your worries sooner. We can pet chaptered in Thungas against him. I'm fine, so calm down. I'm sorry, but thinking about how bore this burden alone, I just feel so overwhelmed. Your Majesty. This subject I prepared to carry out any task if it is your Majesty command. And it is not just me, everyone here has come this far believing your Majesty. Your Majesty, what must we do from now on? Please show us the path forward. I was just about to explain the details. What we must do is complete all preparations before the Demon King manifests. Preparations mean first we must completely annihilate the dark cult. Their underground altars fuel the Demon King's manifestation. If we fail to eradicate them, we cannot break the chain of calamity. Second, the West continent must unite as one to complete preparations for the Holy Demon War. Manhwa bans also puppet knave. Even if unifying the continent as single nation is come impossible, up aim lector you like pupa mina dealer feed a patties you bubbles old it is crucial that the entire continent stands together. Your Majesty, do know the date of the Demon King's manifestation? Your February, of course I know it well. Tosenskiku. When I checked before, it was April way, but it's been pulled forward month and few days. May not grow alone, it's throwing meaningful comment again as expected. Alpha Bizanka Amamil Shiko. This is definitely about that right, the growth chance attached to the true successor to the throne title. It means I should use it actively. White, since even demon like Kerman has popped out, and we don't know when I can also capture another demon and Thanolas Ganskuk might appear. It's right to use the growth chance now. It's better to use it quickly than to save it and lose it. And the problem is these are the personal to use this perk on. First, Ski is non-combatants, she is naturally excluded. Suitable candidates would be Surekish, Lana, Alaklo, Hayes, Maya, Naomi and Isabel. But if I do that, 2 spots are left. There is someone I'm considering recruiting. But until then I plan to leave the remaining 2 spots vacant. Now that the members are decided, shall we push ahead quickly? They say strike while the iron is hot. Sis Nenef Nianethovolas cans come. Everyone's here now. Then I have something important to discuss. Now I will explain about the room of training. Her Majesty Chloe seems troubled. Stop staring her so intently. It's really nice to see again so soon, but aren't still very busy. Tosinekatolkop curtain thogas kanskul. Injustice bewildered to think we'd reunite this quickly. Him willingly request despite your busy schedule. That is correct. Now then, enough with the small talk. I will give brief explanation about the room of training. Room of training, massive training field dungeon. Growth achieved inside here is directly applied when returning to reality level local the just like paradise during the game days. Even if you take fatal damage, revive the base camp. Furthermore, the moment enter time reality stops flowing. Kid truly ideal training around. I would have brushed it off as joke normally, but now that the Holy Demon War has become reality, it's not even that surprising. Undersea edible look. All will train there for 1 year due to the nature of the room of I cannot with thought. Do not worry, your Majesty, as the leader I will guide everyone to. I am so excited. We are ready to depart any time as expected of Majesty. Are the one acting all smart haze. Alright, from now on head to the room of training. A safe trip everyone. So this is the room of training type. There are many artificial structures. It seems little different from what His Majesty explained. Want they are incomparably taller than Castle Mao can let the Tikakro thunder scans lot. Oh, there are numbers floating the sky. From the looks of it seems to display the time spent here. It seems to be stopped since we haven't started training yet, cause Kamu. There's absolutely no sign of people around, only strange carriages made of steel and glass. Oh, there's something over there, what is it? This must be the base camp His Majesty mentioned. Is this really safe? It's simple magic barrier, it's not dangerous. And all these boxes must be food. They are very peculiar looking boxes. Are they inside here? Since this is unfamiliar and unexpectedly complex place, can Red Chaperon, we should in Thunderscans come first grasp the surrounding geography. I volunteer for reconnaissance duty. I will do. I want to test teamwork with Claude after. But do not too far and return immediately if there are any signs of abnormality. We'll be back, understood? Because up. Is this the last one? Still. Sis Hayes, how is magic? You've gotten quite strong, right? Truly amazing. Oh, Squirt used some pretty vicious magic. Now what's with your word choice? Seriously, Teacher Chaperon and Thunderscans come more tart to Lena, come over here, it'll heal you. Really, we wouldn't have survived without Sis Hayes' healing abilities. Even if you don't die, still feel the pain. Need to train too anyway, though. We've already fought and trained hard here for a year. I wondered if His Majesty is doing well. Alright, reality, not even a blink of eye has passed, right? Time is almost up. I wonder where the other parties are. Well, now everyone should be heading this way. Oh good. It seems everyone has finished well. Wake's Tam finished final training and arrived safely. Oh, where is Clue? You can attack the chapter on and Thunderscans come. It call me Miyazaki. Her Majesty the Queen has become even more adept hiding her presence. Have been well suited. I thought heart dropped. We are going back soon here. It felt like yet short time item. First thing you'll do when we get back is shape. I want to take warm bath. It seems everyone has achieved many changes over the past year. Especially Chloe, she smiles a lot more now compared to year. I think I worked pretty hard myself too. There wasn't a single fatal accident. Everyone has grown remarkably over the years. Malcolm at the cartoon and Thunderscans come. His Majesty will be pleased, right? We see His Majesty Jared soon. I want to back quickly and show off growth to His Majesty home. Finally. We're finally going. Wako Tugenra do a chatter of Thunderscans come year past the room of training complete. Your disciple may reach the class reward. It distributable or given the master. Your disciple flee entered word practitioner reward distributable or given the master. I think the notifications won't stop. This isn't just normal growth. The achievements are incredible. You can read the chapter on and Thunderscans come. Wait, then stay window 2. The remaining stats that were just moment ago suddenly became ginkgo. This is crazy. Behind amount of stats you'd only get leveling times. Is this the power of the mentorship system? Oh, excuse me, Your Majesty. If are busy, shall I step away for a moment? Your Majesty, don't do that, Hayes. And forget everything just saw. To commend comrades who suffered the room of training through banquet. That 1 year was merely a fleeting moment for me, so feel must repay them least like this. Besides, listening to the stories of what happened the room of training was quite interesting. 1 day ago, Your Majesty, we have successfully returned after completing our training. Sir Rakesh looked quite wild now. Camera chapter on and Thunderscans. How apologies, Your Majesty. I kept putting it off because I was focused on training. I won't blaming you. It's proof of how dedicated we're to the training, so it's actually reassuring. Empty words aside, Rakes truly took the training seriously. Travis, strength, stamina, magic, power, wisdom, agility, charm, physical defense, magical defense, special trader, blade, orderly conduct, justice, implementation, strategic engagement, swift swordsmanship, anti-German responses, self-recovery, general traits, loyalty, love, passing due the synergy effect. The awakening magical defense greatly increases. Blade went from to this is the result of truly grinding his teeth and training. With this, his skills are almost on par with Duke Paladin. Of course, the Duke must have grown as well. There might be slight margin of error. His level is also over. Why, at this point, even if he's not sword master, he should be least mighty sword expert. I am proud of you, Rakesh. Your Majesty, may we take this opportunity to show the results of our training? Oh, that's great idea. Shall we start with Sir Ella? With pleasure, holler. Aura Blade Sir Allah has also reached the realm of sword expert thanks to your Majesty. I was able to attain precious enlightenment. Alright, it's turn next. Ready? May you please watch results to your Majesty. Whoa, they raised their stats quite solidly, didn't they? Elena, strength, stamina, magic, power, wisdom, agility, charm, physical defense, magical defense, special traits, tenacious endurance, extreme fighting spirit, weakness analysis, unconventional defense, aura blade, berserker, inspire, general traits, training, perseverance, focus, have the synergy effect. The awakening physical and magical defense greatly increases. Iglena, here I come me with all you've got. Her attack power is lower than Rake's or Ella, but her defense is overwhelming. To think she raised tenacious endurance, known as the virtue of tanker, to X grade. Even I only have X grade fire magic man. As expected, the talent known as the vanguard of the Demon King's army, the Wailing Wall, unless it's class mage or sword master, she'll be hard to beat blocking this up. Oh, that is surely. Come forth, Wind Hammer, the chapter on and Thunder Scan Scum. You're using class magic, here is cheating metal. Class magic when hammered to what a height it's powerful enough to shatter even perfect shield might. You're really too much. You're trying to kill me. How is it, your Majesty? Give gotten stronger, right? They hate both of are truly amazing. You see it on the jokes, Mayetta. She's just excited because she got little stronger despite being so small. Isabel, now shaman too, to achieve this level of accomplishment even when I couldn't pay much attention to her. It's excellent. What is it, your Majesty? Staring intently like that perhaps has something to say to Her Majesty Queen Clue. If it is your Majesty's esteemed opinion, please. Ah, it's nothing that grand, your Majesty. The Queen Clue: strength, stamina, magic, power, wisdom, agility, charm, physical defense, magical defense, special traits, absolute stealth, camouflage analysis, throwing knives, wide area, cloning, source light, divine power. Your skills, Aeons. Navy Mercon greatly, your Majesty the Queen. Furthermore, to be able to add divine power to all your attacks, it is surprising. Tell, just looking as expected of your Majesty, so that's we're staring so intently. I misunderstood. Please refrain from making statements that could cause strange misunderstandings. Isabel, your Majesty. Jerk. Oh, please, we are renowned sight to recognize achievements place as well. Yes, I will not. Please let me. Suddenly haze a scarhu. You can read the chapter on and Thunder Scan Scum now then. Oh, this is more amazing than I thought. Her level grew past, but it hasn't strayed far from the category of ordinary people. But Hayes' field of expertise isn't over there, because Hayes' specialty is holy magic, the divine power. What is this massive amount of divine power? To explain simply how valuable this divine power was, state equivalent value to magic power. In other words, based on mage like me. It means Hayes is on par with mage, possessing nearly magic power. Hayes' divine power has increased to incomparable level 2. The demonic energy rain I gave her before helped a lot. Even this is the of Hayes' immense effort, of course. Really trained hard. Hayes, proud of you. Excellent, this that I expected of your Majesty. Recognize it immediately. Hee. Easy. After listening to all the events, the room of training, for while there were parts that differed from expectations, the room of training no definitely had ancient prehistoric like setting, but the room of training everyone unanimously described reminded me of city on Earth. A place that looks exactly like the Earth of past life. Could it just be coincidence? Care the chapter on and Thunder Scan Scum. Well, it's not really that important. Allow. What important now are proud comrades who have established the foundation to prepare for the future of the Holy Demon War. Now everyone have all worked hard for the past years. You can read the chapter on and Thunder Scan Scum. Cheer. I am a core. I've enjoyed the banquet enough, your Majesty. Just wanted to get some fresh air for a bit. To think I've enjoyed myself enough as well. Is there something on your mind? How was it that obvious? It's just that soon we'll all have to embark on conquering the Great Labyrinth of Nasty. The Great Labyrinth of Nasty, say. That's right, there's no other place where we grow as quickly as the Great Labyrinth of Nash. However, I'm nervous. The Great Labyrinth is demonic realm where even veteran hunters easily get lost. It's extremely dangerous. I think it's entirely possible. Your Majesty Queen Chloe. Past your Majesty and I conquered the Great Labyrinth of Nash ourselves. That time I felt the same way as Sir Lakes, but your Majesty easily broke through the layers with your ingenious schemes. But for your Majesty to bring the Great Labyrinth now. As you've guessed, I intend to conquer the Great Labyrinth of Nash once more. Like last time together against Kinuzo's soul. Kara. I won. Ed. I am thinking of going on an adventure with His Majesty without me. And like last time, don't tell me already went on Great Labyrinth date, just the two of you date. I look. Sees get skip, can't act like this here, they let go of tells I told to drink moderation seriously this. I'm sorry for interrupting, I will take care of this, please continue your conversation. Maya could quickly bring some cold water. Oh alright, will apologize for this, I'm not your majesty. The great labyrinth of nasty before the holy demon where it is placed that and companions must conquer. If we don't have the skill to conquer the floor of the great labyrinth of nasty bad and Anna, it's because we never faced the demon king. This was fixed formula even during the Paradise era, so it's certain there's just one problem. Shaq. That not single person has cleared it, not even Paradise clearing the tooth floor of the great labyrinth of nasty since the game launched. I haven't even seen the gatekeeper, let alone the demon king's castle. As if it wants annoying enough with all these new variables of word, isn't this game totally rated? Since it's come to this, I can't put it off any longer. Before resuming the great labyrinth raid, first he'll go recruit Asher. Asher, the divine archer named, who skillfully wields bows and bow magic. Even back Paradise, he was regular companion character who always helped cope with dungeon raids. He always cleared frustrating sections like breath of fresh air, so his nickname is Plundered Asher Sid. However, Asher has one drawback, that is his combat power varies wildly depending on the bow he equips. The bow that best suits Asher is Reckless's bows. I already obtained that bow long time ago on Lost Island. Wait, no way, you died. Did unexpected variable occur and I already died? This isn't the time to be doing this, I'm leaving right now, wait for me, Asher. What? Phew, it's not too late, is it? Not, or should I hope it's not too late? Huge huff. If, damn it. Don't miss him without weapons, he's rat trap. Damn it. This what should have the. Aha. Ikihi. A good fight, but it's time for this to end. Farewell. Uizar has a cold her. Graphic. Phew. I almost didn't make skate. I went through a lot of trouble to find you.